All right, we are now live, and I will send out the invites to, well, not invites, but message on what's going on here. Put that out on Facebook. Got a post on the Facebook that doing a stream now. If I can figure it out how to do the fucking technology. That should work. Hopefully this fucking, let me double check this link, and I will also get the chat up, and we will pick a topic to discuss quickly. I can't stream all night, unfortunately, because I have work tomorrow in the early morning, so I wish I could spend all night on here, but I can't do that. Let's see here. Okay. All right, everything should be working. I'll just I'll also keep Twitter on standby and check it every now and then, so we're not completely fucked up. I'm gonna close all these fucking like MLG remixes that I had open for some reason. I went back and listened to a whole bunch of like old remixes from a bunch of different YouTubers way back when. There were so many good memes, like all the way back in 2012 and 2013. There's so many like funny ass fucking memes. Hopefully I didn't change the fucking the send out, so it looks like I put on Twitter, it says like, oh, I'll be streaming in a little bit, but no, I'm actually streaming now, so I'll send that out. Okay, I'll pin that just in case anyone checks the profile. All right, let me check the chat, and we should be good to go. Actually, before we get into anything, I'll have to let me thank the people that donated to me earlier in the week, because I didn't realize it until after just exactly what that was when my estimated revenue jumped up. And it's in part because my views for some reason have jumped recently in a whole bunch of videos. Somebody mentioned to me that one of my videos got put onto a Reddit or something like that, and I think a few of my videos did that, because I had a few videos jump from about 2,000 views to like 5,000 views in a very short time period. So if one of you guys did that, I appreciate that. You know, thanks for doing that. I'm not really sure exactly what happened. I had someone tell that to me, I think on Twitter, that they saw one of my videos on a Reddit page or something like that. Let me get to the people that donated to me, and I will thank them, and then we will move on. I have to try to fucking remember where this fucking thing is. It's called something special. It's like let me see if I can find it. Oh, here we go. Super chat. Okay. So I will thank Jojo, Vice, and for Lexer twice, who donated to me twice. So thank you guys for donating to me last time. I appreciate that. It's very generous for you to do. I've had a bunch of people say to me that I should start up a Minds account because they like to donate to me and all that sort of thing. So I always appreciate how much apparent demand there is for everyone to donate to me. And as always, I've had people say I should open a Patreon account, but I can tell you that I'll do that after I hit 10K subscribers. I will very much consider that, and yeah, so you can expect it then if we get to that. So I will check the chat, and you guys can speak to what you'd like to hear first. We have a number of things to cover at this point. There's the Destiny conversation that Sargon had with Destiny. That was pretty fucking intense. I actually will go through my notes that I took. I took a whole bunch of notes while I was listening to it. I didn't finish the full thing because I kind of got triggered. And by triggered, I don't mean like I flipped out and raged on this guy on Twitter. But when he got to the part where he just literally started disparaging tradesmen, started disparaging the poor, started disparaging fucking Sargon's family and my family, I had to stop. I was getting so fucking upset by that, because it's like this guy is literally like a caricature. You know, I've said it before. It's not even like we're dealing with a real person. And the reason I say that is because this guy is so oblivious to the importance, the significance of like what unions mean, what the trades mean to poor people. You know, what it meant for my family, what it meant for Sargon's family. And I'm surprised that Sargon kept his composure. I don't think I would have been able to. I think I would have flipped my shit on this fucking guy if I was in that stream. Because it was an extremely ignorant thing to say. And yeah, we can get to that in a minute. We can get to my list of covering everything else, because I don't think it deserves a full video, even though I could do it. I could do a full video on his comments on unions and on tradesmen, and that I could do a full video on that, and I think I might, because it was so fucking ignorant that it is unique. You know what I mean? Like, it is something worth covering, because I have never heard anyone talk like that before. You know what I mean? Like, I've gotten the implications from certain people where they've said, like, you know, if you are a construction worker or a carpenter or a roofer or a pipe fitter or a plumber, or, you know, if you've learned a trade, like, you are a lesser person. I've gotten that feeling from people before, but, you know, this guy just came right out and said it, like, you know, if you are a construction worker, then you are basically retarded. And, you know, it was amazing, because Sargon fed this guy a bit of rope that, you know, I thought he wouldn't take the bait, but he did. And I couldn't believe it. So I might do a full video on that. It really was disgusting, I have to say. I haven't even finished the full sequence. You know what I mean? Like, I never even got to that full conversation, because I was just like, wow, I gotta fucking stop. I know I'm gonna watch the full fucking thing. I tried to actually, you know, while I'm talking about that, I tried to watch the entire conversation that he previously had with Sargon. Apparently, Destiny had a conversation with Sargon back in December of last year. I couldn't get through it because I was just bored. It was a boring fucking conversation. So, yeah, you know, and the other thing is too, when it comes to learning a trade, especially when it comes to you know, becoming an electrician or trades such as that, even, you know, being a construction worker, it's not as simple as being, you know, a bricklayer, or, you know, just you know, nailing a piece of wood to a 2x4 or something like that. Like, it, you know, there's a lot of math, and you know, you actually have to have some kind of an analytical mind to actually be an electrician. It's something that you have to study. So it was kind of amazing to me that this guy made it seem like, you know, these roles just have no importance. And I talked to Sargon briefly about that, and him and I absolutely agree on that. I actually went a bit further than him as it relates to that, because, and you guys can feel free to agree or disagree with me on this. This is just my opinion on the matter, but, you know, as it relates to society, okay, and this is in the context of this guy, okay. If you listen to that conversation that he had with Sargon, you know that he said this over and over again. He kept saying, what is good for society? Society, society, society. You couldn't help but, like, blow this up into an abstract, or collectivize this. You know, you can put it any way you want to, but he continuously talked about society. And I have to say that, you know, I consider it important not to disparage people that clean sewers or are garbage men, you know, work in waste management. That is not an easy field to work in. And there are multiple layers of it. It's not just the guys that collect your trash off of the curb. It's people that will recycle the trash, or will do, you know, industry waste or medical waste. You know, that is a potentially dangerous field to get into. Truck driving. That is, people don't understand that that's a dangerous job to get into. And it's mostly poor people doing it. Warehousing, again, dangerous job. And all of these things are necessary. We need garbage men just as much as we need nurses or doctors. We need people cleaning sewers and maintaining roads. You know, is this guy going to disparage a road worker? Is he going to disparage a garbage man? I'm sure he thinks garbage men are fucking nothing. The peasants of peasants, they don't mean anything. And for these kind of jobs, this is not just something that we need in society. This is something that is essential. This is not some cocksucker streaming on Twitch. That is unessential. Okay, we don't need cocksuckers on Twitch. What we need are carpenters and electricians and construction workers and garbage men and all the rest. So if you give a shit about society at all, you should not be disparaging these fucking people. And I know that this comes across as very sincere, and I mean it. Like this bothered me. Like it's like I'm listening to someone that doesn't understand how, you know, how good we have it and why we have it good. You know, what would society be like if we didn't have police on the beat? If we didn't have garbage men collecting garbage? If we didn't have electricians and, you know, those responsible for maintaining the electrical lines, or, you know, road workers maintaining the roads, cleaning debris off the roads? You know, what would society look like if we didn't have those people? You know, I really think that it is unbelievable. And again, I continue to say this about this guy, but he is like a caricature. It's not like he comes across as like a persona and not a real person, because he is just unbelievably fucking ignorant. And yeah, I can't stand him. And the other thing is, and I'll do a video on this, and I'll be brief about this, because I hope I will do a video on this, and that is as it relates to his total misunderstanding of tradesmen and unions, and this is why it's important for these people to exist. And I'll say it and get off of it. These careers are for poor people. Whether it, you know, in my father, because my father is an electrician, or retired electrician because he got injured, he was surrounded by people of all different religions and ethnicities. Even in a majority white nation in you know, upstate New York, we have people of all different races, all different religions. What is the one thing they have in common, okay, in this union? The fact that they're all poor. None of these people are sons of millionaires. They're not trust fund kids. They're all from the working class. Every single last one of them is from the working class. And other than the you know, the brotherhood in that of being in a union, it's also about the fact that you have people trying to exploit you know, you have these people exploiting their bodies. And what are they doing it for? To try to make it into the middle class. This is a direct route from the poor or the working class to the middle class. That is the point of being a tradesman, in my opinion. It is a direct route from the working class to the middle class. And this guy, Destiny, shows no awareness of that fact. No concern, no nothing, disparages it completely. When I think that that is one of the few routes still left in American society for poor people to join the middle class, or have a chance at least at becoming middle class, is learning a trade and sacrificing your body, putting your body on the line. And my father was injured, and I know many fucking people, many people in my immediate area, friends of my father's, my friends' fathers, okay, that were injured on the job, that were severely, irreparably fucking injured. My father's one of those people. He had to stop doing electrical work because he was that badly injured on a site. And it wasn't his fault. He didn't take a header off of a fucking building. You know, he wasn't doing anything sloppy or stupid. He was on the job. He moved the wrong way. He fucked up his back. And he had to have multiple surgeries. And his doctor said, you can't do this anymore. Your body can't do this anymore. So that was when my family went from middle class and back down to working class. So this guy doesn't understand this. He doesn't understand the importance of these of unions. He doesn't understand the importance of the ability to, you know, try to struggle, try to achieve middle class status in life, and that this is one of the only routes to do it. When you're, you know, like my father and from an extremely poor family, I think that, and I talked to Sargon about this, and he completely said the same thing because he's from the same position. His family is all working class. And my father is one of the few people, one of the very few in my family to make it out. You know what I mean? Like we're working class, but we're no longer the working poor. And it's really irritating. And I'll let that go for now because I can get into a full video at some other point. But I think that there's a lot of people out there, even people listening to this now, that completely understand that. And like I said to this guy in a previous video, you actually need to talk to somebody who is a union worker and actually just talk to them about why they're doing what they're doing, how dangerous the work is, etc. What the costs are. And I don't know what to say. You know what I mean? It's beyond the fucking pale with this guy. Outside of that, okay, so we can get to a few things. There are a few things that we can get to, and I'll see the chat, and you could say right now after this. I've already said what I thought of Steven Crowder. We can talk about the video PewDiePie just did, ripping on Mass Effect Andromeda. If you guys haven't seen that, he completely went crazy on Mass Effect Andromeda and just started making fun of it. And he was literally just playing videos and laughing. It was pretty fucking funny. Okay, I see a lot of... I guess it's the same fucking person asking me. No, I didn't watch fucking cocksucker Colin on Rubin Report. I don't care. I don't care. Fucking Colin, just... I know I haven't put up the rant yet, but I just got back, and I was out of town until the afternoon today. I got back, so I haven't had a chance. So we got that video by fucking a PewDiePie. I guess let me see if I can link it into the chat. If you guys want to watch that shit. So we got that, and I guess there's really not much to that. What else is there that went on? I know that, yeah, there is I mean, we can get to that spat on Twitter with Destiny in a second. I think, oh, well, we have my list here. So we got my list, we got that spat on Twitter. I guess we can cover the spat on Twitter, because that's kind of a small thing. So apparently, Destiny went after, I think, did he go after Psychic Pebbles? Or did, or we can talk about JonTron. But yeah, we'll cover this thing first. So he went after Psychic Pebbles, or Psychic Pebbles went after him, and he basically disparaged Psychic Pebbles and made some kind of accusation that he knows that he makes like $250,000 a year. And he was like, where did you get that number from? Is that what you make? Like, where did you get that number from? And some other guy named Critical, something like that. I'm not sure who that guy is. But he was another big guy on Twitter, and he fucking just ripped on him and called him a douchebag. That was pretty funny. I told Sargon, because him and I had a quick Skype call. Him and I talked about that stream. And this is my opinion on it. Fucking Sargon did to Destiny what Destiny did to JonTron. That entire stream, in my opinion, I haven't seen the entire thing, but I've seen most of it. Sargon continued to feed Destiny more and more rope. And every single time he was fed more rope, Destiny just fucking continued to wrap it around his fucking neck. And in the end, I think he looked like a total fucking asshole. And look, not only just an asshole, but just completely out of touch and to a diluted degree. It was a pretty epic stream, I have to say. And I give Sargon, as always, so much credit for doing it, because he just... It was a great stream, and I think that Destiny came out of it looking like a fucking joke. I think that hopefully, I think we should just be done with him after this. I can't imagine that people are going to take this fucking guy seriously. He looks like a joke. I mean, outside of that one stream that he had with JonTron, I mean, I don't understand how anyone can take this fucking guy seriously. Oh yeah, so we can get to Trump and the Trump administration, or Rex Tillerson and all that shit. My opinion on that. We can get to that. Watch Critical, somebody else's video on Mass Effect Andromeda. It's pretty decent. I don't, dude. I don't need to watch any more videos on Mass Effect Andromeda. I don't need to watch anymore. Everyone is saying the exact same thing over and over and over again. It looks like shit. Yeah, some guy. Yeah, I don't know who Critical is. I don't know who he is, but that was the guy that called Destiny a douchebag. Is there anything else that I'm missing, or should we move on to something else? Say it in chat. We got the stream list. What's wrong with my face? Nothing's wrong with my face. Yeah, I know. I saw what he said about animators. There's nothing much else to it. Yeah, he should. He should pin that stream to his page. He should. Yeah, I already saw Naked Ape's thing. I already saw that. All right, I'll check. What is this? I can't read all of this. I don't know what this is, so I don't really have the time to go through the entire thing. So I've seen two people, or maybe it's the same person twice, that Colin cried on the Rubin report. Can I get some kind of additional validation of what happened? Oh, thank you, Yan G. Well, I mean, and that was one of the things that I talked about with JonTron. I do occasionally make arguments from authority. Anytime that I cite the founding fathers, that is essentially an argument from authority. Because I think that it's a decent authority to appeal to. If you are appealing to the principles and the values of the founding fathers, and if you read many of the letters that the correspondence, if you read the Declaration of Independence, you read the ratified Constitution, you read the amendments, it's very clear what their opinions were on liberties and what the distinction was for this nation. And so when you appeal to that authority, you're appealing to the boundaries of our society. And typically, if someone is spouting nonsense that falls outside of the boundaries of our Constitution, then it's just not applicable. It could be just some, more abstract philosophical fucking wank. But if it's something that's not applicable to this country, then who fucking cares? What's the point in even discussing it? Okay, yeah, someone's gonna get the video for him crying. I don't fucking care. I don't give a fuck if his fucking friend sold him down the river. Good. You know what? Greg Miller, this is for you. I like Greg Miller right now more than ever. Good for you, Greg Miller. You put the knife in where I couldn't, and that's fine by me. All right. We don't need to talk more about fucking Colin. Who cares? You'll get the video when I fucking have a chance to do it, which it's probably not going to be tonight, but I will do what I can to get that done tomorrow. And just put that up whenever. No, Greg Miller, where's Greg Miller going to go? Greg Miller is the most flavorless fucking person on the planet. One of the only redeeming qualities of his boring-ass show was Colin. So, 45:30. He actually starts crying. You'll have to post a link. I don't care. I'll applaud him. Okay, so I'll get to Trump then. I'll get to Trump. So there's two stories. One is Trump. Angela Merkel came here to the United States, I believe. What she was here for, I don't really know. It doesn't really matter. For those of you that don't know, I believe Angela Merkel is the prime minister of Germany. And she is hated for many reasons, except in Germany for some reason. They really seem to like her. She, in essence, has done a few things. She's contributed to Chancellor. Sorry, Chancellor. She has contributed to the issue of the EU. Germany plays a big part in the EU, and as we all know, the EU has continued to fuck over Greece. I think fuck over Spain and Italy. I think those are two other nations they fucked over. The EU is not a great entity, and she has played her part in that, and Germany plays a huge part in propping up the EU. And at the same time, you know, if any of you know Crowton T, he has spoken at length about the problems in Germany and throughout Europe as it relates to Merkel's seemingly unilateral fucking call and action to bring in as many fucking... I mean, I don't know how to say it. I mean, migrants, we'll say. Muslim migrants. She has just found every fucking Muslim that she could find in the Middle East and pulled them into Germany and pretty much bitched at every other country in the EU and in the, you know, in Europe to bring in as many fucking migrants as they can. And the so-called refugees were the same thing, where there was this call to bring in fucking refugees into Europe, and most of the refugees, from what I can see, are just migrants. They're just more fucking migrants. And unfortunately, with most of those migrants, it seems, or at least a serious portion, they're just there to either cause trouble or collect a check. Are there actual refugees fleeing? Yes. Are there actual migrants there that you know, may want to adjust and become Western? You know, maybe some, but it seems to me that there are a lot more people that they're either there to take advantage of the welfare state that exists in Europe, or they're just there to, in essence, just fucking rape women and go crazy. I don't really know how else to put it. I mean, we've seen too many examples of, you know, I mean, just go on fucking Kraut's channel and just look at the statistics all throughout Europe, you know, not just Germany, but just all throughout Europe. It's fucking unreal. The crime, the rape, the molestations, you know, it's the child grooming and shit like that. It's out of control. And, you know, during the election, that was one of my fears. That was one of my big fears about Hillary, was that she would Merkel us. And I know that there's going to be many people in this chat that agree with me, that say that Hillary would have gone full Merkel and just brought in millions and millions, I think millions and millions of fucking Muslims that had no real reason to come here other than, hey man, we're here to take advantage of the welfare state. We're here to get some money. We're here to fucking fuck your white and black, Latino and Asian women into this country. And then as soon as things start getting bad, they're just going to pull out. And that would be it. We would have the exact same problems. I mean, if you ask me, if we would have gone full Merkel in America, we'd be Paris. We'd be France. We wouldn't be Germany with crime and terrorism, or Sweden with crime and terrorism. We would be fucking Paris. It would just be a police state at this point. It would be a nightmare. And that, in my opinion, was one of the things that I feared about her the most. I really did fear that if she won, she would bring in, she would virtue signal. She would go full Merkel, and she would do the ultimate virtue signal and polling, and she would like double the amount of refugees or whatever migrants in Germany, as just a sign that she's the most benevolent fucking corporatist in the world, and destroyed this country. Because like I said, and I've said before, we all know where they would have gone. They would have been, all these migrants would have gone to Buffalo. They would have gone to my city. They would have gone to the poor cities that are all throughout this country that have Democratic virtue signaling mayors and, you know, county chairmen and what is it? Not county chairman, well, county chairman and county executives and all that shit, virtue signaling to bring in Muslims. And you would have just seen this tidal wave of people coming into these cities and just destroying them and taking them over. And it would have been a nightmare. I think you would have seen this country falling apart within a matter of years, because I think that that's where Germany's heading. It's going to become even worse than what Paris is going through now. And Paris, I mean, Paris is like, and I've heard many people say this, and you've heard Sargon say it, you've heard Kraut say it, it is like an occupied nation in Paris right now. It is like they are occupied literally again by the Nazis, not, calling the, the cops there, the military in, France are Nazis, but it's like they literally have soldiers on the streets and shit. It's like 9/11 every single day there. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. So yeah, France. Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine that Le Pen loses, and I don't endorse any right wing candidates or anything like that. But it's like, if every other fucking politician there is like Merkel and just saying like, let's bring in more migrants, and you have fucking Le Pen as the only sane person there saying like, no, let's not do that anymore. You have to go with Le Pen. I mean, how can you, with any conscience, vote for another politician? The only thing is with like a politician like Geert Wilders, in my opinion, he seems to go a bit far. He seems to be what I would classify as far right, not just right wing, but far right. He seems to be pretty liberal and authoritarian. But I mean, there's obviously a difference between like, the American far right and, the religious right and someone that's like far right in Europe. I think there's a very clear difference. So I don't want people to, you know, I don't want people to see me as blurring the lines between different people on the right. But, Geert Wilders seems to be cut from a cloth of like old school right wing in Europe, and that's not necessarily a good thing. So, unfortunately, in that country with Geert Wilders, from what I can see, from what I've seen, he seems to be one of the only people that's actually, ballsy about the fact that he doesn't want to see his country completely overrun and destroyed. And I think it's hard for me to just be like, oh no, fuck him. You know what I mean? For example, Nigel Farage, that's another name that I've heard from the UK. And I've heard a lot of people from the left here in the United States speak ill of him. And I don't really, maybe he's just a cunt otherwise, but I don't see why they despise him so much. Because for the most part, from what I've heard of him, he's been pretty rational. And, his opinion on the EU doesn't seem to be unsubstantiated. So it's like, maybe there are, like, maybe he's like a corporatist or something like that as it relates to what he wants to do with like the different public programs in the UK and that, because that seems to be a thing with the Tories in that in the UK, that they seem to be pretty corporatist and they just want to privatize everything. And I can tell you, for those of you that are part of the UK, that's not going to help you. You're just going to go the same route as us. And if you think that, that's going to help your given situation, it isn't. It's just going to ruin your chances at, prosperity in that country for, anyone that's not upper middle class or richer. So, yeah. I realize that he's not like your standard corporatist, because I know that there are corporatists in the UK. So, I'm not trying to merge those two, but I'm just saying that, it's a dangerous route to go down. And that's what I say of Shinzo Abe, the prime minister of Japan. I've had people push back on me to say that he is a corporatist. I've even had people that are from Japan push back on me on that. But I can't see how you have this guy cheerleading the Trans-Pacific Partnership among all these other fucking like, oh, it's a good thing that now Japanese families are dependent on two sources of income. That's a good thing. And all this other shit that he's done. It's like, how is this guy not a corporatist? How is he not a globalist? How is this guy somebody that is not trying to sell out the Japanese working class? How is this guy? How is that not that? Because I mean, everything the guy says and does seems as though that like this is their version of Reagan all over again. I think the guy's dangerous. And I think that if Japan is smart, they'll get rid of him. And I know that his popularity, I just saw this the other day, is like plummeting. And it's like, good, get him the fuck out of there. Get him out of there, because I don't think he's good. I think he's terrible. Okay, but that's enough rambling. Let's see. What else we got to talk about? I still have my list, but we can get to that. Oh yeah, okay. So the other thing with Rex Tillerson, yeah, I see people saying that. I gotta say that this is I can't really endorse Tillerson as an ex-oil executive. I'm not a fan of the oil industry in this country. That isn't to say like I'm against oil or I'm against, well, I mean, as an energy source in terms of energy production, I'm not in favor of it. But I mean, we need plastics, and I'm in favor of, petrochemical industry and all that stuff because you can modernize that. It's something that you can unionize. It's something that we don't necessarily have to export. It's something that most overseas countries don't have every possibility in doing. Low end shit, yeah, but it's something that we can revolutionize and do here in the United States, and it could be high skill, high pay, union labor, and union production. So, kind of got sidetracked. But anyways, when it comes to Tillerson, Rex Tillerson, I'm not sure, and I'll look this up. I'll just Google it really quick because I can't say. I know he went overseas, but I can't remember where he was, and I will look that up today. Give me 1 second. I got a BBC article here on. Let me. I just want to double check where he was because I'm not. Okay, he went to South Korea. Okay, so Rex Tillerson, and I will post this in the chat for anyone that's not sure what's going on. Rex Tillerson went overseas, and he was in South Korea. Then he was giving a speech, and I haven't seen the full speech yet, but he pretty much just went down the line and said that the shit that's going on in North Korea, the what they're doing and continuing to develop not just nuclear weapons, but the capacity to fire them into neighboring regions, and their threatening of foreign regions and that and our military allies, that that's not going to be tolerated anymore. That we're not being that he used the word policy of strategic patience has ended, and that we're now taking a new stance with North Korea. And so the issue that exists now is that you have the left, generally speaking, Democrats largely, reacting very poorly as though this is Iraq all over again, that this is going to be Trump's Iraq, that there is no need to do this, that North Korea didn't do nothing. And I actually already talked to Kraut and T about this. Kraut and T had we had a 5-minute discussion about this because he had to go and do some work. Him and I are on the same fucking page, man. And I don't say this from the position of being a neocon or a position of wanting war or wanting to help the defense industry. I don't support Trump's measure of just throwing more money at the Pentagon. I don't support that. When we're making cuts already to different programs, I don't think that we should just keep throwing money at the Defense Department as though they don't have a major fucking problem. But I really have to say that I did not like Obama's stance during his tenure. Excuse the noise in the background. His tenure as president, as it related to North Korea, the North Koreans have been a rogue nation for decades, and they have continued to act in no other way than as a rogue nation that has no respect for anything. They have continued to threaten not just not China to a lesser degree, although I've been told by Kraut and I've now been sourced that China is not in a good position with North Korea right now. They're sick of their shit. So you have they're entirely surrounded by entities, major powers that are sick and tired of their actions and of their threats, which is what all of these missile tests are. These missile tests are all threats against their neighbors, including China. But the concern that I have regarding North Korea is the fact that they continue, over the years, they continue to seem more and more unhinged. And they're continuing to develop long-range capability weapons. So ICBM missiles, nuclear missiles that could reach way farther than their own home nation. And I realize that there's the real danger of South Korea and North Korea going to war once again. However, I think that it is important for us to consider how many deaths are worth not doing anything. How many people need to die to continue the appeasement of this nation, of this rogue nation with nuclear weapons? And it is very concerning to me that because of their instability, because of Kim Jong-un's lack of grasp over his generals and his capacity as just a leader of a dictatorial state, there's all sorts of stories about how he doesn't have a firm grasp on the nation. His generals just sort of do whatever. It's why you've seen him execute a bunch of people. I mean, all you need is for him, you have him on a bad day, or you have one of his generals go rogue, and you could see over 1 million people die in the blink of an eye with a nuclear strike in any of these fucking neighboring regions. It could be Japan. It could be South Korea. It could be, I mean, it's shit, man. It could be fucking Vietnam. It could be Upper China. You know, you could see entire cities, entire regions of East Asia completely eradicated. You know, millions die because we don't do anything, because the entire world just pretends as though that this nation is not completely fucking out of control and is not regularly, consistently displaying their willingness to use the weapons they have. Could you imagine if China was doing shit like this to Japan? Could you imagine? Could you imagine if this was another major power doing what they do on a regular basis to one of our military allies, to two of them? You know, it is an untenable situation. And I honestly think that, you know, if you know, I agree with what Rex Tillerson is doing. I agree with this policy change. I agree that we need to take a new stance and not just, you know, talk about the UN and talk about embargoes and all that shit, because that's obviously not working. We need to communicate with China, South Korea, Japan, and you know, the other major regions in that nations in that area, and communicate to them that if North Korea does not back down from their current path, which they show no sign of doing, they show no sign of actually, you know, becoming less insane, then intervention is going to happen, and be that clear about it. Because unfortunately, with this nation, I think, and I've talked to crowd about this, I think that my prediction is if we are not willing to take them out, if we're not willing to take out Kim Jong-un and his generals and to go in and seize those weapons from them and just restore Korea, if we're not willing to do that, we will eventually do it after they strike Seoul, after they strike some region in China, after they strike some region in Japan. I think that's going to be one or the other, that we go in and we're going to get flack for it, and you're going to see Democrats not want to do it, or we go in after they murder millions of people. That's what I think is, you know, is going to happen. So yeah, I have to say that I actually agree with this change in policy. I agree with Rex Tillerson. And this does not go past North Korea. I do not agree that we need to attack Iran. I don't think we need to attack Cuba. We don't need to attack Mexico. We don't need to attack Saudi Arabia, even though I hate Saudi Arabia. We don't need to attack the UAE. We don't need to attack Qatar. We don't need to attack any other nation. We don't need to do anything with anybody, China included. We don't need to do anything, but North Korea is not stable. And eventually, they will use those weapons. They will use nuclear weapons, and they will strike another nation. And the question is going to be if we just sit idly by and allow that to happen. Because these other nations are not going to go in without our support. South Korea, Japan, China, they're not going in unless they hit fucking China. China will go in if they attack China. But outside of that, they're not going in without our support. And, you know, I think it's just a matter of when. Somebody just sent me something. Oh, somebody sent me some kind of meme about the lead animator for Mass Effect Andromeda. Some joke. I can't verify who that is. But yeah, you guys can feel free to agree or disagree as it relates to North Korea. But I honestly think that it's something that we will have to deal with sooner or later. What is Lewis Illegal Swede asks? What is the likelihood of seeing World War III in our lifetime? Very very little. It's very unlikely to happen. Um, I mean, who's the other side going to be? I mean, with Trump in charge now, I mean, unless Russia does something crazy, we're going to hopefully remedy our issues with Russia. So who's the enemy going to be? You know, China's not going to attack us. We're not going to attack China. Who's going to ally with China? You know, who's the other side in World War III? You know what I mean? I just don't see it. If Hillary would have won, maybe the chances would have risen. But with Trump, I don't really see anything. Okay. Well, people saying I saw I see two people saying world police. It's not a matter of being world police. That's the wrong way to look at it. If you want to look at it from the position of somebody that doesn't actually understand uh, the fact that we are the hegemon of the world, like yeah, you can look at it and say like, oh, we're the thanks for the euro donation, Jan. Um, the question is, if Trump attacks North Korea and it goes well, 8 years. I'm probably not. I mean, if we went to war with North Korea and Trump did it and it was a good war, I don't think that that would win him the White House. But I mean, in all honesty, I mean, you would have to find a Democrat that could honestly run against him, and I just don't see that person right now. I mean, you could put Bernie Sanders up there, and I still don't think that. And Bernie Sanders is still pretty popular, despite what people say and are going to groan in chat. He's still pretty popular. So I don't even think that, you know, if you put Bernie Sanders against him, that he would necessarily lose. You really need to find somebody. But yeah, going back uh, to American hegemony, the only reason why we have to continue to do what we do, why it's not a matter of just opinion, is because if it's not us, it's China. Okay, if Sargon and I sat down and we did it like that, that meme, him and I shake hands and then we share power in the world. So now there's we move to a bipolar world. Okay, so we have the United States and the UK as shared power hegemons. People competing for hegemony, but we share in that power. That'd be great. That's great. That's awesome. Or it's us in France, or it's us in whomever. Okay, us in Canada. That's fine. I'm fine if all these different nations gain more power and they join us in securing the world. But every single nation that I've just mentioned, the UK, Canada, France, any nation you can think of that you would want to actually have some role, they don't have the money and they do not have the willingness. They have those two things. They don't have the money and they don't have any fucking willingness to stand up and defend shit. Okay? None of them. So it's going to be us or it's going to be China. That's it. If you want to name some other fucking nation, find it. You could say Russia. Russia doesn't have the money. And maybe the Russian people have been indoctrinated so much by their propaganda that they do want to become like a hegemon again. But I don't want the Russians to be a hegemon. They have a natural inclination towards ideological fucking positions and autocracy. So no thanks. They're a bit too different in terms of what their values are. And that's not me trying to disparage Russians, but I'm sorry. Like, go back in Russian history. They don't have a great history. Same thing with, China didn't always have a shit history, but I don't want communists running the world. I don't know if you guys know this, but communists tend to purge liberals. And being a liberal Maybe being an atheist that'll save me when the Chinese come in and go, "Hey guys, I'm an atheist too. Don't worry, don't kill me, bro." But yeah, I'll stop talking about hegemony. I've already talked about. I actually have a fucking rant recorded that I have not even touched about that. So maybe one day I can actually fucking get to that. Why is everyone putting fucking every person in brackets? Don't put Bernie Sanders in brackets. That's not right. He's actually Jewish. Don't do that. I don't want that in my streams. No, it's not a genetic disposition or predisposition. It's a cultural. You got to look at Russian history. Look at Russian history. They have a disposition towards autocracy and ideology. I don't think it's a good thing. Boyne. That's right, Boyne. Oh man. Yeah, fucking that one meme I saw Spino sending out that meme earlier after talking to some idiot on Twitter. That liberals get the bullet too. I mean, when people talk about communists, it's not just a fucking economic thing. It's also a murder the liberal thing, murder the skeptic thing. You know what I mean? So no thanks. I'd rather not have communists running the world. Okay, here's a question for you guys. Ready? What would you rather have? And I'm going to ask you this. Okay. Yeah, and they're also deeply. Max just added that they're collectivist as shit. That's very true. That's another problem. It's same with the French. The only difference is that at least the French are somewhat liberal. They're not super authoritarian. They are in some ways, but not extremely. What was it? Fuck, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, okay. Here's a question for you. Which would you prefer to be the hegemon of the world? An Islamist nation or a communist nation? So let's say the UAE or China. Pick which nation you would want to have as the hegemon of the world. If you had to have one, Islamist or fucking communist. I'm gonna wait for it to catch up. Wow, there's a lot of fucking people saying commies. See, okay, better dead than red. Better dead than red. Wow. Everyone is saying communist. Really? Everyone's gonna say China. Wow. See, how come no one thought of it? Gonna have the Chinese in there, so at least they have that global China pussy. Get that Asian pussy. We need to globalize that Asian pussy. Oh fuck! You guys are short-sighted. Oh, the iPhones. That's another thing. Asian pussy and cheap iPhones. How did I, dude? Okay, let's just say this. Okay, America falls. America is no longer the hegemon of the world. China rises to power. Think of how fucking cheap the iPhones would be then. Okay, the iPhone 8 is going to be super fucking cheap if China rises to be. I mean, we might lose every fucking liberty that we have, but motherfucker, think of those prices. Okay, even Verizon might lower their prices a bit on the fucking their speed and all that shit. It'll be great. Asian pussy and the cheapest iPhones you could find on the market. Yeah, I know Destiny would like that. That is true. I'm waiting for the fucking chat to catch up. I know it's there. I know it's coming. Yeah, there we go. You got to get that apple pussy. Oh, that sweet, supple apple pussy. Which would I choose between communist or Islamic? Oh man, I don't even know. I mean, it would be bad either. I would probably have to go with communist because they'd be less likely to kill me than an Islamist regime, because both don't like liberals or skeptics, but at least the communists would be more accepting of white people, it seems. They wouldn't be as rapey. They wouldn't rape kids, and they wouldn't kill me because I'm an atheist. So, you know, there's that. And the Asian pussy, you know, if we're talking about China. That's on the list, okay? That is a fucking prong on that list, is Asian pussy. So we have to keep that in mind, okay? Yeah, I guess you can say that socially they would be better, despite all their crazy authoritarian gibberish. You know, they would be better. Paige? You mean the wrestler? Paige, the wrestler, her nudes got leaked? I'll have to wait for the chat to catch up. Waiting for the fucking chat. I don't have any confirmation on that. No linking nude shit in my chat. None of that. Oh, you're full. There's a video of her and Xavier Woods fucking. Get out of here. You're full of shit. I don't believe you. You're full of shit. I don't believe you. We're moving on. That's bullshit. All right. I guess we can get to my list since we're pretty much just fucking going nowhere at this point. So we'll start at the beginning of the stream, and we'll get to pretty much the part where he starts talking about construction. That's where I stopped. I'm not. I know you're full of shit, so I'm not letting you link. I know you're full of shit. That's not true. Link to an article about it. Link to an article saying that it's true. You know, I don't believe you. No, I've had a bunch of people link me videos of him like flipping out after the conversation with Sargon, but I didn't watch any of that. I don't care. Okay, actually, if you're gonna link something, link me the video of him crying on. I'll look up the Rubin report right now. Somebody had the time. Do me a favor and say that again in the chat. It was like 45 minutes in. I've already talked about the stream you had with Mr. Medicare. Okay, so I got Tyler Valle saying that it's true. Okay, 45:30. All right, let's see here. Hold on.
Socialist with 3 houses and all these kinds of things, and they've ignored all of that.
Go Bernie Sanders. Blah, 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 blah.
They ignore all that because he has all these progressive messages, but they will turn on him, and they're going to turn on these other people too, and they're going to understand what that might feel like and how they could have stemmed the tide for a person they might have even disagreed with. And I think it's super scary the direction we're going in. People like me and you need to stand up, and others out there stand up and make and force some change, or at least fight. Yeah. And it doesn't have to be a fight of epic proportions or like some sort of verbally violent fight. Yeah. It's just saying no. Yeah.
I'm at that point. He's not crying. I don't see any tears. Well, I'm sorry about teasing the list, but I got fucking people telling me that fucking the nudes, Paige got her nudes leaked and yada yada. I can't help what shit's going on with chat. It's gross though. Why is it gross? She's doing weird shit. I'm not even sure how to switch my stream or switch to my screen. I haven't. You guys got to remember that I've had and this is true. I've actually had. There's during the time that I've had my account, there's been more time that's passed where I've been unable to stream than when I've been able to stream, and that's a fact. I don't know what any of this shit is. I guess I'll have to do it on my own time. Sometime I'll look that shit up. He's not crying. He's not crying. So I don't know. Oh, 3652. 36. Yeah, let's start here.
Man, it gets you. It gets you. You feel a little sluggish?
120 proof. Yeah, knob-free.
Yeah, all right. So here's what we're going to do. So I have one more thing that I really want to address with Colin. And then we've enabled Super Chat if you're in the YouTube comment section right now. I know we're streaming on Facebook as well. But if you jump into YouTube, and I have no doubt that whatever.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Talked down a little bit last night.
Sure did.
Over a lot of bourbon. Man, it gets you. It gets you.
Good. Fuck him. That's my answer. Fuck him. I hope. It's one of the things I had to cut out of my commentary that I will eventually someday fucking put up. That I said I hope he's miserable, and I hope he is. Fuck him. He deserves it. He deserves everything he gets. Fuck him. That's all there is. Okay, so what else do we have that isn't fucking Page's leaks? I don't. If you have a heart for him, if you feel sorry for Colin, you're an idiot. You're a stooge. You're getting worked over by him. You're an idiot. You're falling for his bullshit. I mean, the second he left Kind of Funny, he was already repositioning himself to do what we do, essentially. Do what we do. That's what he started positioning himself to do. And I don't feel sorry for him. I don't feel sorry for him at all. I think he deserves everything he had done to him. I thank Greg Miller for thrusting the knife into his back. And I hope that if we're lucky, and it doesn't seem to be the case, I hope that he leaves gaming and never comes back. That's my hope. So fuck him. Yes, I still hold a grudge. Yes. Fuck him. I don't understand why, like, I don't understand why people are okay with letting this guy go. He never apologized. He never apologized. Why do you think I should feel sorry for him? Why do you think I should just get over it and just let it go? You know, he never apologized. Fuck him forever. You know, because here's the thing, okay? There's two reasons. We're talking about Colin Marotti for those that don't understand what's going on, okay? So here's the quick rundown, okay? Here's the quick rundown. Years ago, he was a shill on IGN, and he palled around with Greg Miller, who was one of the biggest shills, if not the biggest shill on IGN. Okay, so he is an IGN journo shill, quote unquote, journo. He was a shill. So Mass Effect 3 comes out, and right as the controversy begins, where people are doing a few things at once, which is they're looking at the on-disc DLC, they're looking at the quality of the game, they're looking at the price gouging, they're looking at like the DLC was it a DLC pass? They had something else attached to it that was price gouging. They're looking at the microtransactions involved with the multiplayer. They're looking at the point system and all the things that were lied about with the game. And it was falsely advertised, it was deceptively advertised as a game. And the quality of the game was not good. And then on top of it all, you have the ending. Everyone focuses on the ending, but it's not just the ending. So you have all of this going on at once. And just as this becomes a big deal, just as this becomes a seriously big deal, you have this guy, Colin Marotti, do a video for IGN where he basically takes a gigantic shit on the people talking about this, the people making a big deal about Mass Effect 3. And his basic spiel in that video is, this is all on you, the consumer. You should have no expectations. The fact that you do is your entitlement, and you're a fucking fool to be entitled. You have it better than you've ever had it. You deserve nothing. If they falsely advertise it, I don't care. If there's something wrong with it, it's not functional, I don't care. If they fucking gouge you for every penny you have and you're working class and it's not easy to just buy every game that comes off the shelf, that's on you, cocksucker. Fuck you. My name is fucking Colin Marotti. And it ended. The journos ran with this to an extreme degree, and they used his video and the notion of gamer entitlement, which he coined. Colin coined that. They used that to destroy the movement rising, that was rising at the time, to try to counteract all the things that were going wrong with Mass Effect, which isn't just the ending, it includes all of the consumer issues that were there. It was neutralized by by Colin. One of the people that wrote about this, and it was one of the only guys to do it, was Eric Kane from Forbes, who I'm sure most of you know of. Eric Kane was one of the only people that wrote about what Colin did, and that it came directly from Colin, and wrote about it multiple times and said more than once that it would have a long-lasting impact on gaming, and it set back consumer protections for gaming for years. And he's right. Eric Kane was absolutely right. And it continues to be an issue today, where you have people, and even gamers saying, many gamers will say this, if it has microtransactions, if it has deceptive advertisement, it doesn't matter. You're just being entitled. You get what you get. You can't return it? Well, that's on you, stupid. You bought it. You're just an entitled gamer. It is still prevalent to this day. And did I start it? Did Eric start it? Did Greg Miller start it? No. None of these people started that. It was Colin Marotti. It was him. Not anybody else. Not a group of people. Not IGN. Him. Him. Only him. So if you want to ask why I can't stand him, it's because of that. And that event was proto-Gamergate. It absolutely was. It absolutely was, because that was the press colluding to take down gamers. That's what it was. And so when people say to me, you know, why don't you just get over it? Well, sure. Why not? Why don't I just say, like, let's let Leigh Alexander back into gaming. Let's just let all the people at Kotaku back into gaming and just be fine with them. Why don't you be fine with Ben Kuchera? Why aren't you fine with all the Polygon writers, Louis? Why don't you just get over it? Why don't you just get over Gamergate? Why don't we just regress back and forget about what happened in the past and allow people that have never apologized to get away with what they've done? No, I'm not willing to do that. And if you are, you're a fucking fool. You're a fucking moron if you think that you should just let this guy slide by when he has never apologized for what he did. Never. And he never will. He'll just pretend it never happened. So my answer is that we should not forget this. And if we can, tell him to leave gaming and never return. Like we did with Leigh Alexander and all those other fucking people. It's in our own interest to do that. If you care about consumer protections in gaming, you should hate this guy. And if you don't, it's because you're ignorant. That's all there is to it. All right? So we're gonna move on to the fucking list, unless anyone has anything else to say. I'll check the chat before we move on. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's another thing. All the people that complain about 30 frames per second or the PC ports, okay? You know, if you bought a PC port that doesn't work and you got fucked, okay? Understand, to Colin Marotti, you're entitled. Your game doesn't work, you're entitled. You don't deserve a refund. You don't deserve a functional game. You're just being entitled. That's who we're talking about. So when people say to me, Louis, why do you dislike this guy? It's like, how do you not dislike him? Like, I'm not the extreme person here. Okay? I'm not petty about this. It's very clear why one should dislike this guy. You know, and if you want to ask why I continue to dislike him, go read Eric Kane's articles about this. Go read his writing. It's not just me. Okay? This guy deserves to be fucking hated. I don't give a fuck how his fucking he's a fucking Colin cocksucker. I don't care how his fucking last name is pronounced. I shouldn't have to say his fucking name ever. No one should have to ever see or talk about this guy ever again. We should not be discussing him. This guy, and it's amazing to me, if you go look on Kotaku in action, there are people fucking defending this guy. Okay? It is amazing to me that anyone in their right mind can fucking defend this guy. Are you going to go out there and defend fucking Ben Kuchera? Are you going to go out there and defend Anita Sarkeesian? Are you going to go out there and defend these fucking people related to Gamergate? Like Leigh Alexandra? Are you going to go fucking defend them? No, you're not going to. So why are you defending this guy when he is demonstrably worse than most of those people? Okay? This guy set back consumer protections in gaming for years. He is indefensible. Anyone that defends this guy is A, ignorant of him, or a total fucking moron. And I'm leaving it alone. I'm not talking about it anymore. Okay. So anything else? Anything else? My name is not Craig. I almost said Chris instead of Louis for some reason. I don't know why. My name's not Chris either. I just got back into town, and I came from Syracuse, man. I drove fucking like 3 hours. It was like, it was over 3 hours, man, but I'm kind of wiped. So let me get back down to the comment section. Even if he apologized, I wouldn't forgive him. Even if he came out and did a full-throated fucking apology and cried on camera and all that shit, I will never fucking forgive him. Ever. Ever for what he did. So that's all I'm going to say on it. You'll see my rant when it comes out, and I'm not going to spend much more time on it after that. Yes, I'm an only child. You got people fucking messaging on Steam. Hold on a second. Okay, so yeah, people can talk about no, I don't want Kyle Kalinske assassinated. Okay, if you were to compare Kyle Kalinske and this guy, like if you had a list of people that annoy me, Kyle Kalinske and like Anita on that, it's like they are down the list, way down the list. And you've heard my videos on Kyle, okay? Colin is nearing the top. That's how much I dislike this guy. So just keep that in mind. Am I going to play Nier Automata or fuck? That's not how you say it. Automata, however you say it. Forget. I have it pre-ordered, or not. Sorry, not pre-ordered. I have it on my wish list, so maybe. Syracuse isn't terrible. It's not great either. It's a bit like Buffalo. It has a lot more even streets than Buffalo. If you ever go to Buffalo, man, it's like driving around on a, like it's like driving around in a go-kart in like a fucking farm area. There's like hills and shit in the roads, but the Buffalo roads are not good. If you drive through there, prepare for your car to get raped. Let me see here. Okay, yeah. So JonTron. I don't want to get too much into it because it was a private conversation. But what the conversation was JonTron is basically in the midst of trying to figure out what he's going to do. He's in the process of understanding, like, because of what happened and all the smear articles that are out there now. He's basically mulling over what he wants to do about that. And he's not sure what he wants to do, and it's unfortunate. Like it wasn't a great conversation that we had. It was basically just us, a few of us in a private conversation, and it was actually, I just called Sargon and we're going to talk about whatever, and JonTron just joined the call, and it was a few of us talking to him, and basically he was just mulling over what he wanted to do, and I tried to give him what advice I could, but he sound, honestly, dude, I feel for the guy. Like if you're on Twitter, feel free to, tell him good luck and all that kind of shit. And I hope, just focus on your content and focus on your fans and all that kind of shit, because he seemed kind of fucking down, and that's really too bad. He's got to make up his own mind on what he wants to do, whether he wants to like do a video on it and put it on his channel, or write like a long tweet and put it on Twitter, or just not address it or whatever. You know what I mean? He's deciding what he wants to do about all the fucking, all the shit, dude. Because the thing is, bro, like I completely understand. I could never. I sympathize, but I don't think I could ever empathize with what he's going through. Not because I dislike him or anything, but because like I have no idea what it's like to be as popular as him, and to have all of these fucking journos, just one after another, writing all these articles calling him a racist. Like, I have no idea how hard that is for him to process. Like, could you imagine being this famous and having like every fucking outlet out there calling you a racist? I mean, I can't imagine what that would feel like, and I think that unfortunately, I think it honestly has hit him. I think that he unfortunately is not. It isn't sitting well with him, because he knows he doesn't want to apologize, and I don't think he will directly, because he knows that they're not going to back down, and they'll only pounce on him more if he apologizes. So I think that he's just trying to find a productive means of counteracting the lies that they've spread about him. The only other thing that I'll say about the conversation that we had was, I seem to be one of the only people in the chat or in the call that wasn't on board with the thing that he was talking about, and the thing that people have been talking about as it relates to the white majority in the United States. I can't speak to exactly what he said, because I haven't watched that stream, and to my own detriment, being that I fucking talked to the guy, and I admitted that up front when I did talk to him about it. Unfortunately, I haven't watched it, so I don't have the full context, but it was mentioned by numerous people, including Sargon, about like, the fear of losing the white majority in the United States as a demographic. And I have to say that I really find it hard for me to exactly empathize or understand, outside of like the fact that there is a group of people that seem to have this kind of weird Marxist kind of perception of like, and you've heard it from Obama and Biden and tons of social justice warriors, of like, the future of this country is non-white. The future of this country is non-white. And the idea of like, I don't really know, like, it's something that I can't exactly connect with. I don't really understand exactly what it is, because like I don't agree with the idea of like Joe Biden saying like, oh, it's important to have like this, we're a global nation, we're a global people, and yada yada, and trying to link race and values, or race and principles, or what have you. I just don't agree. I know that you'll hear people say that like we're dependent on a set of like what is it? Euro-Christian or European Judeo-Christian values that it is something that you can link with race. I don't agree. You know, I can't get into the argument of like, you know, Judeo-Christian, that sort of thing, because we are a colony of Europe, and there is a matter of like, you know, Christian liberalism, you know what I mean? Like the willingness of the Christian and even the Catholic Church to kind of just lay down and get fucked by skepticism and enlightenment and that sort of thing. You know, there is some truth to that. When people talk about Judeo-Christian values, in my mind, what I think people that say that typically means something else, but in my mind, what it means is the willingness of those religions to get fucked by science, skepticism, and argumentation, which is good. It's good that these organized religions allowed themselves essentially to lose, and that's why you see these religions being propped up by governments everywhere, all over the West, are being propped up by governments and taxpayer dollars, and you see most believers as kind of just lazy believers, not very good Christians, not very good Catholics, not very good whatever Protestants. They don't really adhere to a lot of what it says in the Bible, and that's a good thing. It's a good thing. You know, I don't have a problem with people that are religious, but, you know, so long as they don't want to impose their religious principles and their religious convictions and all that sort of shit onto the, you know, they won't press those things onto society. And you can see in America that outside of evangelicals, it's really dead, that notion. You just kind of have a lot of mostly atheistic politicians, or if they're even religious, like liberal Christians, just kind of being cucked by organized religions and being cucked by evangelicals, even though they themselves don't really believe in any of it. They're just doing it for the sake of virtue signaling to the religious, which they perceive as a power lobby, which I don't agree. I really think that evangelicals have power because politicians just believe that they can do anything as a voting bloc. I think that over time, that, you know, the minute the myth dies of evangelical power, you'll see a lot of that disappear, most of the fucking virtue signaling. And I think that'll be a good thing, because I'm bored with most of their bullshit. That doesn't mean that I'm against, you know, the you know, traditional family model or what have you. You know what I mean? I'm not against that, but you know, but yeah, someone just said it. You know, there's all sorts, like, you know, think of like the blue laws, or you can't shop in these certain days, or the things that are in Judaism where you can't work on the Sabbath and all that sort of thing, or you can't eat meat on certain days. Like, I had my own mother. I remember I had a family dinner with my family, and we sat down, and my mother had meat for lunch, even though it was Lent. And she was kind of like, "Oh shit, that was stupid of me," and that's as far as it went. Because what did she do? Throw it up? No, she ate meat on Lent, because even though she's a Catholic. But did it dwell on her long? Did she run to the cathedral and fucking start begging for forgiveness from the priest? No, she didn't do anything. Okay? You know, think of, if it was Islam, you know what I mean? She would have been asking my father to fucking behead her or some shit. Or fucking cane her or something. Have, you know, my father and his brothers cane her or something like that, if we're talking about Islam. And that's the difference. That's the difference. Does that mean every fucking Muslim? Obviously not. But, you know, not every Muslim is Majid Nawaz. I wish, could you imagine what this world would be if every Muslim was Majid Nawaz? What kind of world we live in? Our biggest problem would be like, man, all these Muslims are too much in favor of Hillary Clinton. I can't stand that. That would be our biggest problem with Muslims, if that's who we were talking about. But it's not who we're talking about. So let's let's see what else we got up here. I gave up Lent for Lent. Don't you mean aren't you thinking of oh, is it Lent that you give something in? Give something up till, oh yeah, it is. I forgot about that. Yeah. I used to be Catholic once. Behead those who insult Islam. What's the motive? I don't. Why are they being beheaded? Yeah, Catholics aren't Christian. Fuck off. I've already said Catherine with a C. I've already said that. Man, I'll tell you, I wish there were a lot more Muslims like Sarah Hater. Yes, that is true about Catholic girls. That is true. I know people. I left Catholic school, and went to public school. But yes, you are correct about Catholic girls. Catherine with a D. I'd give Catherine my D. Let me see here. No way. Okay, so Key's a bastard just said that the video is true. Did she had a threesome? Are you fucking okay? I want someone to confirm that, and don't fuck with me. Don't give me dumb shit. Did she actually have a threesome with fucking Xavier Woods and that other fucking guy? Is that legit? Did that actually happen? I'm waiting for. I guess the chat needs to catch up. Brad Maddox. Isn't that like a Brad Maddox? Isn't he not even with the WWE anymore? Apparently it's true. Wow. Ugh, she had a threesome with fucking Xavier Woods and Brad Maddox. I thought she was dating that one older black wrestler. I thought she was dating that guy. Or was it is it Del Rio? Is that who she hooked up with, Del Rio? Alberto Del Rio. I guess that must. I mean, if it happened recently, that's pretty fucking crazy. Wow. Yeah, I can't. I mean, I can't imagine that she's gonna survive that. I can't imagine because there is a bit of a double standard with women versus men when it comes to the WWE. They really don't like that porn shit. There's a few people, I think China and like other former female wrestlers, they don't talk about them anymore, and they can't get into like the Hall of Fame or any shit like that, because they did porn and shit like that. So, I mean, that's too bad. I know a lot of people liked Paige. I know she was popular with like hardcore WWE fans. I thought she was pretty decent looking. I'll tell you, China, yeah. Who's? I'm trying to think of the only female wrestlers that I watched that I liked. Oh man, what is her name? I think is it Sasha Banks? I think that was one of the only female wrestlers that I liked. But yeah, we'll just leave it at that. I haven't watched fucking WWE in a while. Yeah. I mean, that's why. I mean, that's one of the things that they tell you about the WWE is once you reach that level, like you shouldn't fuck around. You shouldn't fuck around once you reach that level. Like when you had Seth Rollins, he had that dick pic thing happen. Seth Rollins is actually another wrestler that I liked. I thought he was definitely one of the people that he was definitely overexposed by the time I left. I stopped watching, but that cash in that he did at the one WrestleMania, where you had oh God, who was it? I forget what that match was. Was it 31 that he did that at? I know it was Brock Lesnar versus somebody, Roman Reigns, I think it was, and he cashed in and took out Roman Reigns, or no? Did he? I'm trying to remember. Did he pin Roman Reigns or did he pin Brock Lesnar? I think it was Roman Reigns, and yeah, he cashed in to win that win the WWE championship. That was great. I really liked that. I liked Seth Rollins a lot as a heel. I thought he was great. And when he broke up the Shield, I don't know how many of you know what that means or anything like that. It was a group in the WWE that was really, really popular for a while. He got in the ring, and I forgot who was squaring off with them in the ring. And Seth Rollins grabbed a chair, and it looked like he was going to take a swing at whoever was in the ring with them, and he actually hit Roman Reigns, and then oh man, what's his name? The other member of the Shield, I forget. He's another good one too. I can't believe I forget his name. Oh man, I forget the other. I'm sure you'll tell me in the chat who I'm thinking of. Oh yeah, that was another guy I like is oh God, what's his name? Something Owens. Somebody said it in the chat. What's his first name? Dean Ambrose is the one guy I was talking about. But who's the other guy? Who something Owens? Somebody tell me, please. I'm sure it'll pop up. Kevin Owens, yes. Kevin Owens is another guy. Kevin Owens. The reason why I like Kevin Owens, and we should get off of this topic. But the reason why I like Kevin Owens is that he breaks the fourth wall a lot. Like, he'll make a lot of jokes, and he'll say a lot of, like, there is this one thing where he was feuding with a guy that he rose up the ranks with in the WWE, or in wrestling, in indie wrestling. I forget that guy's name. It's been a while since I watched anything WWE, but there's a big thing where he had a feud with him after he betrayed him. And he like spiked him on the end of the ring, which is like supposed to be the hardest portion of the ring, and he like spiked him on it, or power slammed him on it rather. And he was in an interview, and he sat down, and he was Sami Zayn, thank you, and he was talking about it, and he was in a conversation, and he just starts going off, and he points to himself, he goes, "I'm a victim." And he's like the heel. He's the bad guy. He says, I'm a victim. Oh my God, dude, I laughed for a solid like 10 minutes. He's just too funny. He's too good. If you were to ask me who I think that is like just a really great character in the WWE, it is Kevin Owens. Like, he is so fucking funny. He breaks the fourth wall all the time by just saying goofy shit and doing goofy shit as he's pretending to be serious and shit. It's so fucking funny. He's great. But I stopped watching the WWE a while back because it just got boring. It was amazing too, because right after I left, I think it was like Seth Rollins won championship, and then I think they split him up, and then Kevin Owens won. So I just stopped. I got bored, and I didn't see any of that though. But I heard it right after it happened. Yeah. So apparently it's real. So apparently all of that's real. All right. So yeah, let's wrestling. Yeah, let's get back to something important. Yeah, Cesaro was another. I like Cesaro as well. Anyways, let's go to something else other than WWE, because I think we're losing viewers by doing it. John Cena, why? I don't like John Cena. If I ever went to a WWE event, and they have them in Buffalo all the time, even though they're usually lame in Buffalo, I would chant "John Cena sucks" if I was in the audience. I think it's fun as shit. I think it's fun as shit to watch the audience scream "John Cena sucks" along to a song. I think it's great. No, there are people that like Cena. there are people that like that that like Cena a lot, so that's not true. Chris Benoit. I'm not going to talk about Chris Benoit. We don't talk about Chris Benoit. Anyways, let's get to my list because I've been floating it for a while, so let's get to it. If it ended here, I'll link it just because I'm not sure if I linked it or not. Here is PewDiePie's video on Mass Effect Andromeda, which is pretty much just him making fun of it. It's pretty amazing. So feel free to watch that, and I'll keep it up because I haven't watched the entire thing. Okay, so I actually have this prepared. So that's great. Okay. Oh no, I think I just spoiled it. Okay, so let's get to this. I'm not gonna rant about BioWare again. Or at least for now. Okay, so we're getting to we're now on the list. That's where I'm closing chat right now. I'm closing it. I'm not looking at it. We're doing the list because I've been talking about it for like over an hour. So the first this list is in regards to the stream that Sargon did earlier today with Destiny, who I've talked about. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you can go and look on my channel. I have 2 fucking videos at this point talking about who this guy is and what I don't like him and etc. So we are going to talk about the conversation that this guy had with Sargon, and I made a few notes as I watched that stream. I've not watched the full thing. I encourage you to go watch the full thing on Sargon's channel. It might be on his live stream channel. The first point that I have written down here is that neo-Nazis want an ethno-state. That is what Destiny said. Then he said that JonTron wants an ethno-state, or actually he used specifically the word ethnocentric state. The reason why I say that's important is because he kept saying it over and over and over again. Ethnocentric state. So one of the problems with this for anyone that's been a long-term listener of mine is that you've heard me use the word ethnocentric before. The issue with ethnocentrism is that progressives want an ethnocentric world, and they want an ethnocentric world based on West Coast identity politics. So as it relates to anything produced by Korea or Eastern Europe or Japan, I was supposed to say China. I don't know I don't think I've played anything from China or Japan. They want it to adhere to their standards, their ethnocentric standards based on their bullshit ideology out of the Bay Area. That is ethnocentrism, okay? That's what it is. And they engage in it routinely, consistently. So Destiny has no leg to stand on as it relates to ethnocentrism because progressives are extremely ethnocentric. So he has no argument, and that would have been my counterpoint to him was, let's say, okay, JonTron wants an ethnocentric state. So do you. So do you, dickhead. What was that government body that was pressuring Japan? Where were those people from? Who are the people that were there representing, Bay Area ideology? Oh, it's hard to remember. So spare me. You want the same thing. Even if and I don't even know if JonTron wants it. Well, let's just say he does. So do you, dickhead. White America, that was another point that was raised in regards to Joe Biden, Obama, and a few other people talking about wanting to have some kind of weird, not contingency plan, but like an actual plan, like an actual contingency that the United States becomes less white. Like that was an objective from what they made it seem. And that for me is a very weird conversation to have because I'm not in any way opposed to 2 people of 2 differing descendancies. Like they both descend from, one person's a French descendant or French Canadian descendant and the other is a Mexican descendant or Central American descendant. I have nothing to say about the fact if they want to fall in love if we want to be romantic, and I'm going to be because it suits my argument. What is it to you that two people become engaged or become married that have two different skin pigmentations? The issue is when you have politicians and people in very powerful positions, and considering we're talking about the president and vice president of two people of many that seem to have this weird notion of America becoming less white, that is of concern only in that it is two people wanting somehow, for some reason, to promote this notion of having some kind of weird animus towards white people. That's my problem with it. I don't understand why, if two people, one of which is French or of French descendants, and one of which is Irish, if they get married and have kids, is that a problem for you? If you are Obama or Biden, is that a problem for you? That would be my answer to them. Not, oh, we need to continue the white race or whatever. I don't think that's an issue. Just because you're not white doesn't mean that you're going to come in and you're not going to adhere to American values. You're not going to adhere to our liberal principles as a nation, our founding principles. It doesn't mean that. But, it's weird to me that anyone should be talking about race. In my opinion, race is not a conversation that we need to have anymore. If it's a light conversation, if it's jokes, absolutely feel free to have that conversation and make those jokes. I love racial jokes. They're great. But that's not what we're talking about here. These are two bodies of people, it seems, that want to have some kind of notion of what America should look like demographically, and I don't like that. Okay? I just don't agree. It's a weird fucking conversation that I just can't get on board for. I can't. And I'm going to check chat really quick to see if anyone has anything to say about that. I'm sorry about the smacking lips thing. It's dry mouth. I've been talking. I'm also drinking alcohol, so that's not helping. That it? Okay, so we're moving on then. Oh, here was a great one. This went on forever. If you listen to that one, yeah, the French president was another one. Yeah, more female quote unquote representation. This went on and on and on and on between Sargon and Destiny. It was just insufferable to listen to. For those, I mean, just Destiny went on and on about how female representation means something. Like somehow it has some kind of demonstrable result. Somehow it's better for society. And I wrote this down, and I'm just going to say this about this, okay? And he doesn't, obviously, this doesn't mean anything to him because he's a corporatist, okay? I think we can all agree on that at this point, that this guy is a legit fucking corporatist, wittingly or not, okay? The guy's a corporatist. Here's my answer to his thing about more female representation. It's good for corporations because you have excess labor. So now you have two genders obsessed with joining the workforce. So that's great for corporations because there's excess labor. It's also great that it's convenient that now if you're working class, you require two incomes for a family to survive. So that's great for corporations too, because now you have desperate workers. So that's good. Japan's having that happen right now. So good job, Japan. You're going to have cheaper iPhones soon. You're going to have a desperate working class that requires two incomes and two parents that can't spend time with their children. But at least we're not patriarchal. That's a good thing. We got the women working. They have to work. So that's good. That's good. And also, it is a clear sign of the total loss of American prosperity that we once had. So that's another good sign. Cheap iPhones. Keep it in mind. Cheap iPhones. Total loss prosperity. Total breakdown of the family. Total inability to move from one class to another. That's great. Cheap iPhones. And finally, the clear fact that as it relates to at least single working class women, I'm not sure Destiny completely understands this, but they have always worked. Working class women have to work. They don't have a choice. They have to work. So when you say, well, when women join the workforce, what you either mean is when the middle class began to collapse, or you mean middle class women, period. Bourgeois women. Bourgeois women join the workforce. Well, that's great. I'm glad that bourgeois women have found a means to occupy their time. But that is not good for the working class, because my grandfather was working class and my grandmother didn't have to work. She did work when she was single, but as soon as she married my grandfather, she stopped working. You know why? She didn't need to work, because my grandfather made good money in a factory, had a pension, had savings, had bonds, had everything. She didn't need to work. And that's a good thing. It's not because my grandfather was a misogynist or because my grandmother had internalized misogyny. It's not because my grandfather was a patriarch or mistreated his family or was a bigot or anything. He was an avid anti-racist, hated segregation, hated racism, did not allow anyone in the household, anyone, to speak ill of other races, did not allow it. That's who you're talking about. And he provided well for his family. Died early because of it, by the way, which I'm sure is good. Cheaper iPhones. My grandfather's dead in an early grave. Good, cheaper iPhones. It's a good thing. So that's all I have to say about it. It's disgusting. You know, he can go fuck himself and do the world a favor and fucking kill himself. And I say that, but I don't think anyone would really care if that happened. I don't think anyone would really care. No one would remember. No one really care if he died. That's all I have to say. Let's see here. Oh, this is a great one. That Sargon, the first answer I came to, Sargon actually answered, and he should have continued with it. He just let it go. But I think he was trying to salvage the conversation and not push him too hard. Men, this is a quote from Destiny, men have always been marketed towards particular jobs that exclude women. Sargon's answer, my answer, soldiers. Yes. Men fight and die for their country. Women stay home. And just wait till they come home so they can nag them. That's what men do that women don't. They fight and die for their country. Now, today, that's not true. There are many women, many brave women that have gone overseas and fought for this fucking country and died for it. And today, they should be absolutely honored for their sacrifice. So today, in modern times, it's changed. There are many women in the military that are willing to sacrifice their lives overseas for this country. And that's very brave, and it should be something praiseworthy for any soldier that you come across that's a woman. They should be treated as though any male soldier should be, okay? They should be respected. So let's move on. Okay, so now we get to the quote of the stream. This is, people have said I peaked early. That's not true. This is the quote of the stream, and it is a direct quote from Professor fucking Destiny. I forget what his last name is, Stephen whatever. This is a direct quote from intellectual titan, okay? Professor Destiny. And I want every single person in this fucking stream to listen to me, okay? I want every single person to understand what I'm about to say and understand how powerful of a statement this is by Destiny. Are you ready? Art influences people. Genius. Genius. Have you, I mean, Socrates, Plato, Aristotle, just lay in that fucking grave. You guys have done nothing for this world compared to Destiny. I dare any one of you to come up with something as genius as that, something as just mind-blowing, something that no one has ever said before. Just unreal. Genius. I mean, Benjamin Franklin, like Benjamin Franklin would say, is, you know, when he would write letters of people, man of genius. That is what we're speaking to here. Okay. Someone that is unlike anyone before him. Stephen Bonnell, I think it is. I have to think, I know I've said a lot of shit. I know I've talked shit about this guy. I take it back. Okay. It's changed my life. Okay. I'm being very sincere about it. It has changed my fucking life. And I hope that everyone in this stream understands that. I swear to God, I almost broke down after he said that. I'm starting to get misty right now. Okay. I'm going to take a sip of my beer and just try to get past my emotion. He has eclipsed modern philosophy. He has. I know it's hard to move on from there. I know that has peaked the stream. I know that's it. But we got to move on. This was actually one of the best points by Sargon. And it was when he started talking about particular environments or particular cultures within certain trades or not trades, but fields of work. And he said, people don't join places with certain cultures. That was Sargon's quote. And it's very important. And that's not me being insincere. That's actually a good quote because, and I'll give you an example of that. And this is speaking to myself, and I'm sure people have their own values and their own characteristics. I'm a competitive person. I am. I have no issues, and you guys have heard me say this before. I don't have much of an issue publicly speaking. I have an aggressive personality. If you listen to my fucking videos, you know that. I'm very clean cut. You don't know that, but I am. I wear slacks. I was earlier. I dress pretty professionally most of my life, except for, you know, when I went out for a jog earlier. So now I'm wearing, you know, athletic sweater and fucking, you know, track pants. But, you know, for the most part, I don't look like a fucking bum. I'm not a fat slob. I am not, you know, disheveled pretty much ever. I'm pretty clean cut, and that's how I am. So the reason why I bring that up is because those attributes, those characteristics, those aspects to myself relates to something that could work very well for corporations in marketing, in sales, and in other departments. Those are the attributes and those are the qualities that corporations want in sales and marketing. They want someone that has an aggressive personality, someone that is competitive, someone that is confident enough to publicly speak, and someone that is clean cut, not some fucking schlub off the street. Someone that's clean cut and can do the presentation and can look appropriate enough to represent that corporation. Okay? I hate the corporate environment. I hate office buildings and office spaces and office area. Like if you ever seen Office Space, I hate it. I can't, and I've worked in that kind of environment. I can't take it. I fucking hate it. I hate corporate speak. I hate corporate policies. I hate cocksucker corporate managers. I hate the corporate environment. I fucking hate it. I can't stand it. And I know because I've worked in it. I fucking hate it. So that's a field I could never work in. Despite having all these qualities that would work for a corporation, I can't take it. I would never work in that kind of, under those, they could pay me 6 figures. I'd fucking hate it. I'd quit. Find me another fucking job. I couldn't take it. I'd eventually quit. So, and that's a good point by Sargon, that certain people are just not cut out for certain environments, despite, even though they might fit all the characteristics that would otherwise fit that sort of environment. If they hate that environment, they don't fit. So, you know, I think that was a genuine point by Sargon, and I think that, you know, people should consider that when they talk about, oh, well, what kind of woman or man should go where? Well, it's like, even if they have the attributes that are necessary to even obtain that job, if you have some mealy-mouthed or some person with a list, someone like Destiny, somebody that is inappropriate to represent a company or sell someone something or market to a demographic. If someone is not suited for that role, it doesn't matter how much you gerrymander them into that fucking job. They can't do the job. They're not right for the job. They will eventually be replaced unless they work for Twitter, or Bioware, where they'll be promoted. But outside of those companies, They don't fit. They don't work. They have no efficacy. So they won't be there. Even if they are there, they won't be there for long. It requires a certain kind of person to do those jobs. You have to have some kind of efficacy in doing those jobs. And you have to be able to stand that environment. So yeah, that was I thought it, it might, for some people listening to this, maybe that's kind of, I'm overdoing it, but I thought that was an important point to cover. But oh, okay, here's a quick rundown of a bunch of shit that Destiny said. Okay, you ready for this? All movies have male leads. Not true now, and has never been true. All musicians are men. Not true now, never been true. All video games have male protagonists. Not true, never been true. And one of the people I was going to point to, and you've heard me mention her before, and I mentioned in the last stream, Ella Fitzgerald, black female, who was a singer, extremely, and she won like fucking like 14 Grammys and all the kinds of fucking awards. Extremely mainstream, extremely successful, extremely famous. Okay, my grandmother was born in 1918. Ella Fitzgerald made her debut and rose to extreme stardom from this position 1934. So we're talking about when my grandmother was a young woman, Ella Fitzgerald becomes mainstream. 1934. You have a mainstream black woman as a musician. All across the country, all across the world even. Mainstream. A black woman. Making buco bucks. Trust me. When it comes to music, even back then, you were making big fucking money when you were hitting her status. So, 1934, massively successful, massively fucking popular black woman. Okay? There's never been a case where you've not had women and men of all sorts of skin colors and all sorts of other bullshit representing people with that same skin color or whatever. I don't understand why that matters to fucking anybody. I don't look at similar people that have my similar skin color or whatever and say, oh man, I could be a fucking singer now. Oh man, I could be a fucking scientist now. I don't understand what that means. I don't understand it. I've heard other YouTubers defend it. I'm not going to defend it. I think that's fucking bullshit. Maybe that's my white male speaking, that's my privilege. But I think that's fucking horseshit. I think it's horseshit. I've heard other YouTubers that are not bad people defend it. I think it's fucking bullshit. And that's all I'll say. Moving on. Oh, here's another fucking beauty. And this is another one where I think Sargon failed to push back. Government has led anti-smoking campaigns. This is a point that Destiny made, that this is government influencing the people. And I'll tell you something, as a resident of New York State, and for those of you that are from New York State, you know this to be true, and you understand my feeling on this. I know this. If you are from New York, you likely want to ban the advertisements, as I do, that show up every evening right around dinner time on every fucking news station. Every fucking news station plays the grossest, most disgusting, most fucking graphic fucking anti-smoker fucking state-funded advertisements. The grossest shit that you will find outside of like fucking ISIS videos on fucking YouTube or wherever. Okay, disgusting fucking adverts that I think should be banned. And how long, and those of you from New York, you know this, how long have those advertisements been going for? And I know you know this, for the entirety of your life, for the entirety of my life, for the entirety of all of our lives. These ads have been playing nonstop every evening. They are disgusting. They are grotesque. They are graphic. I wouldn't show those ads to a kid. And I'm like in favor of fucking visual novels being played by kids. I wouldn't show that ad to a kid. It's disgusting. So here's my argument. Okay, it's not just me saying they're gross. Okay, and there's not even just the argument of taxpayer funding. Okay, I'm fine with taxpayer campaigns by the government. Okay, here's my answer. There's drinking and there's drinking to excess. There's doing drugs, and there's doing drugs to an excess. There's eating to an excess. There's smoking, and there's smoking to an excess. There's playing video games, and there's playing video games to an excess. There's gambling, and there's gambling to an excess. Can you see the fucking formula here? Can you see how this is very easy to fucking understand? I've smoked in the past cigarettes, and I wasn't a fucking chain smoker. I didn't develop fucking black lung. I didn't have cancer. Because not every fucking person that consumes a bad product or a narcotic, including pain pills or alcohol, whatever, just because you consume something that is necessarily bad for you doesn't mean you do it to an excess. So we don't need all these fucking advertisements saying, don't drink the big gulp, don't drink this alcohol, don't smoke this cigarette, don't smoke this weed, don't do fucking whatever. We don't need any of it. Because either you're going to do it to an excess or you're not. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that this is all a waste of fucking time and money, and it's just disgusting. It's just grossing people out as they're trying to have their fucking dinner. So, yeah, that's just my rant. But, you know, I think it's a waste of fucking money. So, and it's gross. And it's been my whole life. I've seen those fucking advertisements my entire life. So, maybe it's not in every state. Maybe if you're fucking from wherever the fuck, you don't have that shit. But I swear to God, every night on fucking TV. Oh, okay, here's some fucking choice quotes for you. Black people are a class. That was Destiny. Black people cannot be polled. That is also Destiny. Individuals cannot be polled. Also Destiny. And the best, I mean, this is one of the quotes of the, and those of you that watched, you know this is one of the quotes. This is one of the top quotes. Ready? Removing Jim Crow laws formatted the brains of black people. And I'm not joking. Like, he didn't say that exactly. He didn't say formatted the brains, but that's literally what he implied as he said that. I mean, that would be something that I'd expect on like 4chan or 8chan or Poll or fucking, you know, wherever on Reddit, something like that, like on the Daily Stormer or something like that. Like, directly saying, like, hey, you know what? One of the problems was getting rid of the Jim Crow laws. It had such an adverse effect on black people. I was like, I couldn't believe he was making that argument. It was crazy. But yeah, he made that argument. All right. Oh, and here's a moment of criticism for Sargon of Akkad. Here's where I'm calling out. Carl Benjamin, you did this. I caught you, and I'm calling you out right now. Sargon contradicted himself on government influence. He said, and I quote, "The government does not have the authority to influence society." He said that. And then later said the exact opposite. Sargon, Carl Benjamin, is a fucking contradictory hypocrite. He is a motherfucker, and I will never let it go. I will never not say what he didn't do. He did it. He did it. It isn't as though he didn't do nothing. He did do it. So, yeah, I did notice that, and I saw a bunch of people calling him out. So yeah, what I want everyone now to do is to put Carl Benjamin or Carl in brackets. We need to virtue signal this. We need to signal this out. And I'm going to start this off. Hold on, let me put it in there. Carl. I didn't. Not enough brackets. Not enough brackets. Carl of Swindon. Carl of Swindon. He did it. We're not letting this go easy. Al Borland did this. We're putting it in. We're not letting this go. Al Borland did this, and it's not acceptable. No, I didn't do nothing. Don't put me in brackets. I didn't do nothing. But if I haven't said it enough already, make sure you call him Al. Just call him Al or call him Al Boro. Do it. And that's my fucking list. That's the fucking list. All right, the list is in the garbage. That's the end of that. My fucking notepad. Fuck over there. Okay, so what else do we got? I'll check Twata. See if we got anything else. Oh, Naked Ape just posted. Oh, he got it wrong though. I'm gonna tweet this at Naked Ape. He just here. I'll link this in the chat. He just tweeted out a meme about Destiny, about GDP. He should have said iPhones. That is the new meme. It is cheaper iPhones. So I'm gonna tweet that at him. Or actually, let me quote him, and then I will tweet that out. Actually, you know, I'll put it in the brackets. There we go. Oh no, there's a new video out about Mass Effect Andromeda. Oh no. Oh, oh no. I guess I'll retweet this. I'll link it in chat as well. Oh man, Ian Miles Chong is one of those people that's on it. Mombot is another one who I sent a thing earlier. Let's see here. I got some cute anime, or not anime, but cute Japanese girls pictures. Got those. I always got those in my own. Dude, is he debating fucking? Oh no, he's just going crazy. apparently, fucking Steve Bonnell had a meltdown about psychic pebbles.
Oh, that dude is so proud to be a janitor. Oh my god, dude, he's so proud to lay bricks. Who is this Destiny guy? Like, oh yeah, let me go fucking draw more cartoons so I can make $250,000 a year, and then talk about how proud these guys are. Like, I wish I didn't have to draw cartoons for fucking YouTube so that I could go out and have a really proud job doing blue collar work and say, fuck off, dude, fucking off yourself. Oh my god. Holy shit.
Oh, he's such a good guy. He's just such a good guy. Oh, Destiny, you gotta love him. Such a good guy. Wow, did he just talk shit about Shadbase? Holy shit. Wow, what is he doing? People better watch out before he starts fucking reporting your accounts and shit. I imagine he's gonna do that eventually. Oh, shit. By the way, Crowd & T's back on Twitter. If you don't know that, let me actually hold on. Let me get some fucking generic news music. Hang on. Get it up. All right, that's good enough. This is Louis Le Vau reporting in. Crowd & T is actually back on Twitter. I'm sure some of you don't know this, and so I'm letting you know now. I'm going to link Crowd & T's actual profile in the chat stream. So if you want to follow Crowd & T on Twitter, you can follow him right there at KeckNT. That is twitter.com/KeckNT. So yeah, there's that. Probably not. I don't know. I probably should go to bed, but I'm just doing this. I got work tomorrow, but it's whatever. I don't really care. The more of these I do, the longer it's going to take for me to work on actual videos. But oh well. Why are my notifications blowing up? Oh, it's people looking at the thing from oh no, it's the cheaper iPhones. Okay. Yeah, all right. Let's see here. All right, so let me take a quick look around Twatter, see what else we got on here. See if there's anything important. Yeah, that's gonna be these are the videos from now on. These are the videos you get, just rambling fucking streams about nothing. A lot of anime pictures. Got a lot of female fucking girls on here. Well, got a lot of female girls on here. That's a good thing. Can you tell that I've been up for a while? Let's see. I don't see anything else. I don't see anything else. Anything else on the Twatter? I don't see anything else. That appears to be about it. Just people making fun of Destiny. That seems to be what's going on at the moment. That appears to be about it. All right. Well, I guess that's it. All right. Anything else? Anything else in here? Anything else? Cheaper iPhones? Yes, that's what we need. I'm gonna start the next fucking drama channel. That's what we're going to do. I'm gonna do daily streams on drama. Graphic smash or pass. I don't know. That sounds kind of mean. Okay, stop asking me if I'll be on the Drunken Peasants podcast. They have to fucking invite me. And the problem with that is they don't know who the fuck I am. I've never interacted with anyone from the Drunken Peasants podcast. So how do they know who the fuck I am? So I don't know what you want me to do. Let's see what else. Why aren't you watching Dragon Maid? Because I don't watch any fucking anime and haven't in 2 years. I've seen a bunch of shit tweeted out about it, but that's about it. Will you be on the Joe Rogan podcast? I think I have as much chance as being on Joe Rogan as I do on the Drunken Peasants or on Dave Rubin. I have as much chance as any one of those. That's true. There's not. I've been told that the whatever that show is called, Dragon Maid, not Dragon Maid, whatever it's called. That actually is like a Yuri light show. Maybe I've been misinformed, but I've been told that there actually has some like Yuri characteristics to it. I believe I'm right. I'm getting some semblance of people saying that I'm right. Kraut and T and Naked Ape have a podcast? I don't know that. I've not seen it. I follow both of them. Yeah. People want me to play something. You know what? I could. Well, we could play right now. Or is that Life is Strange? We could play that right now, but we're not. I'd have to download all that bullshit. Oh shit! Sargon's here. Sargon is here. Actually, are there any bigger YouTubers here? Well, that's kind of mean. Are there any YouTubers in here that I can invite into my horrible stream? Is there anyone actually here that I'm not seeing? Because I'm not really watching. I don't want to fucking talk about Yandere Simulator. Fuck off. Yandere Simulator. It's I already said. I said it 100 times already. It is the Duke Nukem of fucking indie games. That's it. That's all there is to it. Invite John Tron. He doesn't follow me. I just had a conversation with him. That's it. Would I fuck Christy Winters? I'm pretty sure I'd be putting my fucking Beretta to good use. I'd be putting one round in that fucking chamber and putting it to good use if I had a choice of. If it was that or fucking fuck Christy Winters, suicide would be the only option. Let me see here. Kill Christy, why waste yourself? Well, I would imagine that it would be in the position that someone donates $2, €2 actually, or is that £2? No, that's £2. It was euros earlier. Someone donated fucking euros. Yeah, the dev of Yandere Sim is weird. I've interacted with that person more than once. They are weird. Shit on Jim Sterling. Why? Why would I even bother talking about him? But look, I've already did a call out. I don't know how close I need to get to the microphone. Are there any YouTubers still in the chat that want to join? Say something, and I'll invite you. I'll have to DM you the fucking link, but you have to fucking say something because I don't know who's still here. It's funny too because I've been getting a bunch of fucking messages lately. Of people saying like, "Oh man, Louis, I really want you to get on my podcast. I want to do a stream with you." Blah blah blah. I've had a bunch of messages recently from smaller channels, and it's just like, fuck, man, I don't know. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. I saw at least 2 people. Invite Colin. Yes, let me DM Colin, get him in here so I can say how much I fucking hate him. That would be the stream of the year right there. Get DSP. Let me DM DSP. We'll get Darkside Phil on here, and Kyle Kalinske. We need to fucking hit up Kyle Kalinske. Get him on here. Now, I guess there's no one left. I've done 2 shout outs already, and no one has said anything. So no one get Anita on. We got to get Anita on here. Yeah, that's it's over. It's just me. I'm just gonna continue monopolizing this. Thanks for the donation. The Xavier Woods page thing is lit. Thank you. Oh god, that's so funny. Jim, how do I invite Jim? He's not even on Twitter. How would I even invite an IA on here? I guess someone asking, can we get more match? Maybe. I'd have to talk to him, see if we can set it up. Is there any other news stories of the day that I've overlooked? I've already talked about the Tillerson thing and everything. So is there any other news for today other than fucking Paige having a fucking sex tape where she fucks 2 WWE guys? Is there anything else? I don't have Jim on Steam. Invite, get Alex Jones on it. Oh, Jesus Christ. I guess I'll check Twatter. Let's see what else, if there's anything new. I don't know, Alpha Omega Sin. Get Trump on? We should. It'd be great. I mean, he does enough alternative media. Why not do my shit? Get him on here. We'll grill him about fucking Russia. It'll just feel like a troll fucking stream where I just start screaming Russia into my microphone. It'll be picked up by every single fucking left-wing outlet out there. Be like, oh man, this is brilliant work by Louis Le Vau. Amazing Louis Le Vau stream where he screams Russia at fucking Donald Trump for 30 straight minutes. He's trying to get to the truth. Yeah, I've already listened to a video on that about Amy Schumer. No one, who cares about Amy Schumer? Who cares? Might as well have me talking about fucking Lena Dunham. Who cares? The Rachel Maddow thing, yeah, that's been done to death already. Get King Jong-un on. Oh shit. Yeah, we need to do that. Get Tucker Carlson, yeah. I don't know any lolies. I can't get any lolies on here. I don't know any fucking lolies. I'm an only child, so I couldn't fist my sister. Oh man. Let me check out Kotaku in action. See if we got any more fucking apologetics for poor Chris Marotti. And they're talking about PewDiePie. They're talking about fucking Amy Schumer. Talking about Wonder Woman's armpits. Here's some fucking Colin shit where they're defending him. Oh God. Oh, poor Colin. He's not sorry for what he said. He's so right. He's so brave. Colin is stunning and brave. I wish I could be like Colin. There's multiple articles apparently on here about fucking Amy Schumer. I don't even know why people fucking care. Who cares about fucking Amy Schumer? Apparently, there's actually a demo out for Mass Effect Andromeda that people have been playing. And that's where all the footage has come from. Has been people playing it, I think, on EA Access. I can't wait for that game's release. And I can't wait to be proven right. And if it does happen, which I think it will, I will make a video, probably just of me screaming that I was right and how right I was, and saying fuck off to the people that were wrong and to kill themselves and to never talk to me or my son again, as it relates to being wrong about BioWare and Mass Effect Andromeda. Because I'm pretty sure that at this point we all know that they were wrong and the game is going to flop. And that's going to be the end of the entire fucking matter. And that's all there is to it. I don't know, Dr. Lehman. You gotta fucking ask me to bring on somebody I know. You can't ask me to bring people I don't know on. I don't follow Dr. Lehman. He doesn't follow me. I don't know him. It can only happen with somebody that I directly know. And I'm probably going to have to wrap it up within the next half an hour. So if there's a time crunch, ladies and gentlemen. There's a time crunch. So if you have something that you'd want me to talk about or something that's interesting, let me know, and we can get to it. As far as I know, Crown T's busy, so I can't get him on. Is Sargon even still here? I don't think he's here. So that's all there is to it. That Sam Maggs interview was interesting. There's an interview. Which one? Is it the original one where she talks about the GTA rape mod? That's an interesting fucking conversation. Yes, I liked Mass Effect 1 and 2. I didn't like 3, with the exception of what I talked about yesterday. Have I reached out to any game devs for a discussion? I've actually I reached out to I said this on the last stream. I've talked to the the guy that did Honeypot. I've talked to him before. He kind of blew me off, so there's not really much else to that. I actually have talked to a BioWare dev before. I've interacted with the guy that oh shit, what is the oh man, I don't remember the name. I had a fucking argument with one of the main guy, the guy that wrote. It's like a narrative game. It's like an SJW narrative game. Oh my god, he's like a foreign guy too. He's like Eastern European or something like that. So, can some of you guys name some like SJW type narrative / like puzzle games or whatever? It's like I forget the name of the game, but it's basically like set in postmodern, futuristic, like a Eurozone, something like that. It's supposed to be like Prague or something, and then the other one is like this fantasy world. That's set in like the non-existent past. Somebody has to know what I'm talking about. I don't live in Buffalo. I live outside of Buffalo. It's easy to jog. I live in a suburb. It's easy to jog around here. Dreamfall. Someone got it. Dreamfall. Dreamfall Chapters. That's the name of it. Good job. Who said that? Randall Germain. Randall Germain. Thank you. I don't think the Order 1886 is an SJW game. And it's not a narrative game either. Dreamfall Chapters. I forget the name. Let me look it up, and I'll tell you. Who said Vampire the Masquerade? That's not a fucking SJW game. What are you talking about? Dreamfall Chapters. I'll look up the name of this fucking guy. I argued with the guy that made it. Yes, the guy's name is Ragnar Tornquist or Tornquist. He is the senior writer, the guy that wrote Dreamfall. I actually had an argument with him. It was a while back. I went on Twitter after playing like the first 2 chapters or whatever episodes of Dreamfall Chapters, and I told him that I didn't like the fact. I remember like one of the complaints inside the game was like basically about white people, and it was coming from the protagonist, who I thought at the time was white. And I said to him on Twitter, like, I don't understand why your main character is complaining about white people when the character itself is white, or herself is white. And we got into like a huge fucking argument about it, of him saying the character isn't white. And I said, yeah, the character is white. Like, and he goes, no, she's like half like Central American and half white. And I was like, well, then what's the fucking difference? Like, you still have a character that's half white complaining about being about whites. Like, why is your character ranting about whites? Like, what kind of commentary is that? And the other thing that I complained about to him was that there was one of the elements of the story is about how the protagonist is Epiben's not on. That the protagonist, who's a girl, was basically organizing for a socialist candidate who's a bit essentially corrupt for this all-consuming power, and that she's campaigning against this right-wing politician. And one of my complaints about the game was that like everyone in the game was calling this guy a Nazi, the right-wing politician. Everyone was calling him a Nazi. Everyone was saying, and this was way before like that was a mainstream thing. Okay, like no one like it was weird. It was like everyone kept referring to this right-wing politician as a Nazi, and it was like he had like something like 35% of the vote. Like he was very close to winning, and it was like, well, like if you have 30% of the population voting for a Nazi, are you saying that like 30% of the people in this area are Nazis? Like, what are you saying? Like, and so I confronted like the actual guy that wrote the fucking game. I confronted him on Twitter, and him and I got into like an hour-long fucking dispute. So that was actually an interaction that I've had with an actual game dev before, and he refused to relent. I complain about the fact that it's like, you're calling 30% of the population Nazis, like Nazi sympathizers, and you're not actually explaining why he's a Nazi. Like if he is a Nazi, then explain, like and I said to him, like, you should have him show up. You should talk to somebody who's a supporter in the game, because it makes no fucking sense. And the whole political angle was essential to the game. So it was like, it made no sense, and I complained to him about it, and he fucking went apeshit on me and defended it. So that was a very curious interaction that I had. But I remember it to this day, because I couldn't believe I was talking to the guy that wrote the fucking thing, and I was like, listen, like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. And yeah, it was pretty interesting. But that's one of the few times that I've actually interacted with a game dev who's actually worked on a game that's directly responded to me. So yes, I actually have interacted with a game dev before. And that is a full-blown SJW game, in my opinion. I didn't finish it because it's shit. But it's an SJW game, in my opinion. Let's see here. What else we got on Twitter? Oh, we got a Sam Maggs interview. How long is this?
Sam is with me live in Studio Q. How's it
going? Hi. So good. I'm so excited to be here.
Excellent, excellent. So I understand you're a second-generation geek.
I am.
Oh, God.
Yeah, totally. I'm always like super excited about this stuff, but for me, it was kind of a nerd or being a fangirl. That's cool. It's cool to find like gateways in nerd.
Hello, fellow gamers. Oh, she even has a Mass Effect tattoo. Oh my God, is that a Mass Effect tattoo? I think it is. Dude, like, I don't like these type of people are so predictable. Bay Area or Toronto. She's from Toronto. Colored hair. Problem glasses, shitty fucking random tattoos related to games, SJW. Just, they're predictable. And they can't, I'm a geek, blah, 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 I'm so nerdy, blah, blah, blah. Hell, hello, fellow gamers. Like, I never do any of that shit. I've never done, I don't know anyone that acts this way. I've been playing video games my entire life, and I've had many friends that play video games. I don't know a single one that acts in this way, in any way, shape, or form. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just think it's fucking hipster faggots or posers. What is worse? Which is worse, Bay Area or Toronto? I've been to Toronto. I don't live that far from Toronto. Okay, fair enough. People are asking for the link. Hang on, I'll get that to you. But I have never been to the Bay Area. I've been to California. I've been to LA when I was young. I've never been to San Francisco, and that's fine. I think I'll die without going there. That's fine by me. But I've been to Toronto before. It's not very nice. If you've ever been there, it's not very nice. Chicago's nicer. I've been to Chicago. I've preferred Chicago over Toronto. I don't like Toronto. Oh, here. I just remembered. We got something that we can actually shill. And that is the fact that there is now a DLC for whatever the fuck, Peach Beach Splash. I forget the name of that fucking... Tyler Vai, please correct me on the name of that fucking squirt gun fucking offshoot squid game. and it has a DLC that has now been either released or advertised, and it is in fact it's a Sangra Kugra Peach Bleach Splash. Thank you, sir. And it is a Dead or Alive Extreme DLC. And who does it have? One character that I don't give a fuck about, and Marie Rose. So yeah, you better believe that I'm going to be shilling for that. Actually, it has more than that too. That is more than that. It has 3 characters, I believe. And fuck off, Tyler. Fuck off. You're not coming in. Now you don't get an invite. Fuck off. I'm calling on everyone here right now. I want everyone right now to put Tyler Valle in brackets. We're going to shame this man out of this fucking stream. No one agrees with him either. No one's fucking agreeing with him either. You're getting bracketed too. Hold on. I'm gonna grab your name. I'm just gonna copy your name. And we'll start the brackets. And yes, I'm pretty sure this qualifies as cyberbullying. And we're gonna shame him for his anti-loli attitudes. Why don't you go work for the UN there, bro? Why don't you just go work for the fucking UN? No, don't do it to me. If you do it, I'm gonna fucking go AIU on you, and I'm just gonna start banning people from my fucking chat. I'm just gonna start fucking banning people. Anyone that disagrees with put Marie Rose in brackets. Oh shit. She qualifies as a loli. She's qualifying as a loli, in my opinion. Duty women to be busty and above the age of 9. All right, who cares about fucking Sam Mags? Who cares? That's my answer to fucking Sam Mags. Who cares? Is there anything else going on today? Is there anything else? I will be shilling the fuck out of that when the English version comes, which it still hasn't. I'm still waiting on that. Still waiting on the English, and that and the English version of Persona 5. Be shilling the shit out of that. I don't remember if I've played System Shock or not. Maybe. I can't remember. 1 second. Sorry about that. All right. What do we got going on here? I got more people commenting about the fucking the Sargon stream. It was the FBI. They showed up. This is what happens. This is all Tyler's fault. He reported me. I'm putting that fucking. I'm putting the brackets back in. Hold on. No, it's not. It's not my mother. All right, what else do we got going on here? All right, is there anything else going on? I guess. Anything else by Steve Bonnell? I guess I'll check out Steve Bonnell's fucking thing to see if we got anything else going on there. I didn't report anyone for harassment. Sure you didn't, Steve. Sure you didn't. Just like you didn't DMCA people too, right? That was another thing I think he said in the Sargon stream. He said he didn't do that. Yeah, sure. Oh shit, is he getting involved with Keemstar? Oh shit. Oh yeah, fucking Keemstar put out, dude. Keemstar, let's have a meet up in Buffalo, bro. Calling out Keemstar. Oh, he's talking shit to Shoe on Head, apparently. Oh no, apparently he's not talking shit about Shoe. Fucking Shoe. Always stepping in and fucking doing something where it's like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. You're I don't hate you. Thanks, Shoe. Thanks. You're great. I'm not gonna get too far down that line, but I'm just gonna say, like, I don't like when she does that kind of thing. It's like this guy fucking deserves to be piled on. Let him be fucking piled on. All right, just let him be piled on. It's fine. More talking shit about animators. More talking shit about people that are working class. Talking shit about Harry Partridge. That's really great, bro. Talking shit about Psychic Pebbles. Just great shit. He's talking shit about people uploading stuff to YouTube. It's like, what do you do? Yeah. Guy's such a fucking piece of shit. All right. Let me get back to chat. Shekels on head. Oh, that reminds me. So hold on, let me look it up. Oh man. Let's see if I can find it.
Say nigger.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh man. That will never not be funny. Oh, fuck. Oh, man, I gotta catch up the chat. I don't know what people are putting numbers in for. See, I didn't say that. That was iDubbbz. That was iDubbbz saying nigger. I never said it. He was literally choking me. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, we're down to 10 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. We're approaching last call. 10 minutes left remaining in the stream. So if you have something to talk about, bring it up now. All the anime. See, that's I don't know. YouTube channels dedicated to anime. I don't watch any. I don't watch any. Shut up, Tyler. A penis reveal? If I'm not going to do a face reveal, I doubt I'm going to do that. Oh, here's an actual question. Do you no longer search for obscure crazies to shit on? Yes. I don't do that anymore. I don't know what happened. It just became a thing at one point. Like I remember one time I spent like hours looking for people, and I found like a bunch of different videos. And if you go looking, you'll find crazy fucking people to do videos on. It's not hard, but it's just sorting through all of like the bad videos where it's all garbled and all that. It's just like I just gave up on it. I don't know if like and I know that some of those videos are some of my most popular videos, like the one I did on that Tim guy. That's one of my most popular videos, and I just don't do it anymore. And that was the only video that guy did, that Tim guy. That was the only fucking video he did like that. Afterwards, he started like hanging out with some famous friend of his and started doing like movie reviews or whatever. Retro gaming. I don't like retro gaming. It's like, you know, people. I watch the Angry Video Game Nerd like him, and like there's people out there that like retro games and all that, and it's fun. But I'm just not into it. I'd have to look up the guy's name. I don't even remember what the guy's name. Tim Kish. I can't believe I still remember that guy's name. Tim Kish. If you go look, it's one of my older videos. I've played the first Dark Souls. I couldn't get into it. Oh man. You know what's funny is that at one point I thought about like starting watching anime again, and then actually because it would make sense to shill for Play Asian shit and like doing like a Crunchyroll thing, because I actually have a Crunchyroll account to shill, like a not an AdSense affiliate account that I can shill for them. So I was like gonna watch some anime and shill that shit, but I just gave up on it because I don't watch anything, so it went nowhere. I know the name Megan Sullivan from IGN. Yeah, I saw that video today by Sargon talking about. Obviously, I don't believe in fucking blasphemy laws. Anyone who's fucking not retarded, you know, doesn't believe in blasphemy laws. I've already watched Kill la Kill. I like Kill la Kill up until. I mean, you see me fucking tweet. If you follow me on Twitter, you know I've watched Kill la Kill. I tweet shit out about it all the time. I've talked about it in past videos. How do you know that I haven't seen Kill la Kill? I own the fucking soundtrack, a hard copy, a signed copy of the fucking soundtrack. So I've seen Kill la Kill. Yeah, I've actually never watched the end of Kill la Kill, but I have been told it's bad. It's pretty amazing too with Kill la Kill because I actually liked it up until about the halfway point. I'm trying to remember the episode where I stopped liking the series as much. I'm trying to remember. It was like, it was basically what's her name? The introductory antagonist. It's oh god, it's been so long. I might have to look up the fucking names and mispronounce them. Let me. I'll look them up just so it's been so long. Oh, Yuko and what is her sister's name? Spoilers. There's some spoilers for you. What the fuck? Yuko and no, that's not it. Where the fuck is it? I know that people are probably screaming in a chat as I look for it. Where is it? I don't know why it's taking me so long to fucking find that fucking name. Blah blah blah. Oh, how is it? Is it is it Satsuki? How do you say the name? Somebody say that in chat. Satsuki. How do you say it? Is it Sasuke? How do you pronounce it exactly? I'll wait for the chat to catch up before I continue on. I don't even remember what I was going to talk about. Sasuke. Okay. Okay. So Sasuke. I don't even remember where I was gonna fucking go. Oh, okay. Sasuke orders her upper echelon, whatever they were called, like her the was it the 4 stars? I think the 3 or 4 stars. I can't quite remember, but her upper echelon to invade the neighboring provinces in Japan and to take out all the different like like there was the one where it was a guy that was dressed essentially like a pimp whose whole thing was business and capitalism and money. There were like the jock guys that the had like a tank made of meat, if I remember right. You had all those like that, not that episode, but after that episode, after they beat those guys, it was like a road trip. That's what they called it, or a field trip, or whatever they called it. After that, I think the show went majorly downhill. That's my opinion of Kill la Kill. I don't know if it has to go past that. The one chick that I liked from the show because she was tsundere was Nonan, which I believe I'm pronouncing correctly. I believe that's how you pronounce it, is Nonan, because I don't even think it's a Japanese name, from my understanding. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I don't know enough about it, but I did enjoy her character. She was tsundere, and because she led like a marching band, but it was more of like a symphonic band than an actual marching band. And I played in the symphony when I was in high school, and yeah, I enjoyed her character for that reason as well, because she used music as her weapon, so I enjoyed that character. That fight that she had with is it Ruko or Yuko, however you would say it, the protagonist of Kill la Kill, that was very entertaining. I like that portion. So that was some good shit right there. Here, okay, I'll say it, and it's a fucking laugh and a half for most people. I want everyone here, because I had the question, what instrument did I play in the symphony? I want everyone here to guess. I want everyone here to take a guess what I played. Band geek weeb equal permavirgin get fuck beta pedo. Oh, the skin flute. Oh, how original. Superbone flute, you fucking fag. No. Oh, one person said it. 2 people have said it. I might have said this in the past. That might have been my mistake. I may have said it in the past. You will, Tyler. You are here to correct my awful pronunciation. I don't read or watch enough of this shit. That's for weebs. The answer is the tuba. Otherwise, you would probably say sousaphone, but you'd be wrong because those are 2 different things. I take it that you, as the peons, the fucking unenlightened, wouldn't know that. I'm gonna wait for the chat to catch up. Oh, come on. Either you guys are fucking with me or... Yep, there we go. I caught up. And I'll have you all know, for those of you that think otherwise, as it related to the symphony, I was first chair. I was first chair in the symphony as it related to the sousaphone or tuba. I was first chair. So I was competitive and I was good. I was damn good at what I did. Not anymore. I haven't played in many years. I stopped because of college. I don't know about playing tuba makes you fat. I don't know about that. I've never been fat, and I was good. I was good, man. I was damn good. Yes, I was fine with keeping tempo. That was fine for me. I used to be really good at those guitar games, you know, the music games, because I knew how to play, not guitar, but I knew how to keep rhythm, keep tempo. Finish your playthrough of Life is Strange. I already have finished it before, just not with you fuckers. a lowly con tuba player. Why the fuck do I like you? That's on you, bro. Oh shit. Oh, you know what's there's a Yuri show, a Yuri anime out there that relates to band, and it's like super popular. I'm gonna retweet this. Thank you for that picture, Belmont. I'll retweet that. He's gonna get a lot more of this if he keeps fucking with animators. No, it's not Koan. That is super popular. I've been told that Koan sucks. Or Kaon, however you say it. It starts with an E. It starts with an E. I probably could go on like Crunchyroll and look under my account and find it. So I will do that. I'm sure as I'm doing this, there's about 10,000 people saying it in the chat, but I'll look it up anyways. We will log on in here. Log into my fucking decrepit account. I got fucking Tyler sending me bullshit on Twitter that I'm gonna ignore. Let's look under my queue. Come on. Okay, here's actually, if for any of you that watched Rail Wars, that was one of the last anime that I've watched, and I didn't like it. It's if you want to blame one of the reasons why I stopped watching, that is one. I didn't like that show. Sound oh man, euphonium. I should know how to say that. Sound euphonium. I don't understand why I don't know how to say it. I should know how to say it. Whatever. That's the fucking show that I was thinking of. Oh shit, what is this? hold on. I guess Tyler has something to fucking say. Let's hear it.
It's Satsuki, not Satsuki. 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 Japanese is phonetic. It's phonetic. It sounds exactly how it's spelt. You're terrible. It's Ryuko. Ryuko. It's so easy. God. You want Colin Moriarty to die. I want you to blow your fucking brains out.
Anyways, we were talking about Yuko and Satsuki. Oh, man. I'm gonna let the chat catch up. Euphoric Fedora, yes. That's Euphoria. That's the name of it. Well, no, that's not the name of the show. Rip Lewis, yes. Rip. Hold on. There we go. What is this JoJo shit? What do you mean? What is this JoJo shit? What are you talking about? I don't follow your fucking manga and other shit, man. So I don't know. What about it? Why should I fucking watch it? Why? Tell me why I should watch this fucking anime. Why? It doesn't sound Yuri for me, so it sounds like fucking garbage. I'm gonna fucking Google it. Why would I watch this? What I should do is I should buy a hard copy of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure and then blow it up on a live stream just to upset all of you. Attack on Titan Season 2. I had a friend of mine watch Attack on Titan. He said he liked it. I don't know anything really about it. One of the last anime that I've watched, to quote that guy from IGN, anime that I've watched was Space Dandy. I like Space Dandy. That was entertaining. There's a few episodes of that were very funny, in my opinion. Some of them didn't work, I would say. Some of the episodes of that show didn't work. But some of them were very funny. That there's one, and I think I've actually cited it in one of my videos, where they go it was like they go to the middle of the forest to like fish. They were looking for a chameleon that was like an alien, and they go fishing in the middle of the jungle, and they catch an actual chameleon. And it's like this. It's so funny. Let me see if I can find a clip of that. Catch. And they bring it basically to this International Space Station where it's like basically they can turn in alien species that haven't been registered. And like the one chick that ran the station got like super upset with because it's like she just goes, "This is just an actual chameleon," and I laughed so fucking hard because they like freaked out because they caught it and they make the biggest deal about it, but it's like it's just an actual chameleon. Oh man, I laughed so hard. I don't know. Maybe it was stupid. Maybe it's not actually funny. I just remember laughing so hard at it. I don't know why I can't find it. It's spelling chameleon, right? Let me see if I can find it. I'm looking for that. But yeah, I will say, though, Space Dandy did have some very good episodes, but not everyone hit, in my opinion. Not everyone was a hit. Many of them were, too. If you watch that show, many of them were really trippy. Like, I'm pretty sure the people that created that show, especially the artists, like dropped acid and then wrote some of those episodes in all seriousness. Yeah, I know the 10 minutes is up. Let me see if I can find that episode. I found like oh no, this is a review. I don't want to see. Yeah, there's a bunch of reviews. I probably have to go on because I know they take down shit like that. So I'd probably have to go on to Crunchyroll or something, or Hulu, something like that. None of which I have active at the moment. Yeah, for that scene. But yeah, there was a apparently it was episode 12, I think, of like season 1 or whatever. Yeah, season 1, episode 12. Yeah, that it was super funny. I just liked that a lot. It was just such a random scene. Okay, so the guy that did... I've already watched Cowboy Bebop. I like Cowboy Bebop. I've also seen one of my favorite anime is Samurai Champloo, so I really like that as well. I should continue to say anime like that guy. Do people know what I'm citing? That IGN guy that I did a video on a while back. He's like one of the not co-editor but like co-owner of IGN or some shit. And he gets on screen, he's just like anime. Like he says it's so manga anime. Yeah, he said it like anime. He said it's so weird. Oh, that guy is so great. Gurren Lagann. I had a friend of mine. My friend of mine is Matchface is actually a very, very big fan of that anime. I have not watched the entire thing. No, not the fat guy. That's another guy. This guy is like probably in his 40s, gray hair. I forget what his name is. Oh yeah, someone mentioned Samurai Jack. So did that Samurai Jack new thing start? I already have a Vita, Tyler. I just don't use it. The last game I played on that, I played a couple games that I didn't finish, which is pretty much the why buying the Vita was not a great idea. But I bought that. What the fuck was it? Oh, it was the Persona dancing game. Didn't finish that one either. I played it a lot though. I enjoyed fucking around with it. It was fun. But that was years ago when I was still a guard. That's when I was playing it. Steven Universe, fuck off. Steven Universe, all that crap. That's garbage. Guys make fun of me. All that shit. All that fucking Cartoon Network crap. It's all garbage. Unfunny, untalented, written by fucking retards. It's all trash. Yeah, and there is porn of that bullshit, and I've seen Tyler retweet it. It's garbage. ER. Don't abbreviate. If you're gonna say an anime, fucking spell it out. Don't abbreviate anything. Even the Yuri is shit. Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, I know. It's so true. So true. Oh man. Garbage. There you go. That easy. ER is a YouTuber? Okay. Love Live. I know what Love Live is, but no, I haven't seen it. I've been told to not watch Love Live. I've been told not to watch like any of the the waifu shit. Like what are they called? I forget what they're called. But the Japanese idols or whatever. That shit. I've been told to steer clear of all of that. I can't say that I have that opinion. It's just what I've been told. Legend of Korra. That's another one that I've been told to steer clear of. Is that even anime? Is Legend of Korra even anime? I mean, if that's anime, is fucking like Justice League? Is that fucking anime? Do I like Sam Harris? Yeah, sure. I just don't like his political opinions on like Hillary Clinton and shit. Samuel L. Jackson likes fucking LGBT propaganda. I don't know. Well, that's the other thing too, is about that Legend of Korra shit. Did they do that intentionally at the end for the sake of? I like Afro Samurai. Did they do that kiss thing at the end of the show for the sake of virtue signaling? That's what I was told. Did they do that? I wouldn't be surprised if that's true, because they do that a lot with Yuri. I'm getting a lot of guesses. Yeah, see, like again, like I thought they did kiss, but yeah, like that's the thing. Like you guys have known me before. You know, I'm very much in favor of Yuri. Like I've played a shitload of Yuri visual novels. I've watched a shitload of Yuri, you know, anime. The anime that I've watched has been a lot of Yuri, not all, but a decent amount. And I can tell you that I don't like forced bullshit. You know what I mean? Like I maybe it's just like you know, I don't know what. Maybe I mean maybe some of the anime that I have watched has like pandered to the fans or fucking whatever. You know what I mean? Like because the thing is though is like with shit like Kill la Kill, like the fan service and shit that's in there, all of that's intentional, and it's mostly done for the sake of humor and levity and shit. You know, most of that's played up for humor. And you know the Yuri content and Yuri content is just because it's Yuri. That's why it's there. And it's also like if you watch Yuri, that's you know humor. That's the whole point. But the issue with stuff like that kiss in Legend of Korra, or whether it's that or whether it's the shit that Blizzard does or whatever, and even with BioWare or anything like that. You know, I don't like forced bullshit, because I know that the reason why that they're doing it is not because they're genuinely trying to make Yuri characters or they're trying to make something that's interesting. It's because they are doing it for ideological ends. Like they're trying to virtue signal to ideologues in the Bay Area. Like that is why they're doing what they're doing. It's not even for fan service. You know what I mean? It's not even to stroke the cock of the fans. It's just to pander to ideologues. And I don't know. I find it extremely hard to ever defend that, ever. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't like it. I don't support it. And I have a hard time, you know, taking people seriously that do like it, because you know why they're doing it. Like, it's very clear why they're doing it. And I don't understand why you should support that, because, you know, yeah, it is glaringly obvious. That's the thing. You know when it's happening, and it sucks. Okay, I've seen this asked a bunch of times. It is not true that Yuri sells like shit. That's not true. Do you watch Styx Hexenhammer 666? I do not watch him. I have heard of him. I have watched a few of his videos. I don't dislike him, but it's the same case with it's actually kind of a little bit worse than Razor Fist. Like Razor Fist, I just don't like his style. With Styx Hexenhammer, I don't agree with him, and I don't think that he's as objective as people make him out to be. I've talked with a few people at this point about him in private, and I have never been told otherwise, that he is not overrated, in that people pretend as though he's this ultimate fucking objective guy, and I've been shown myself clear depictions of him not being in any way fucking objective. So it's like, why don't I just watch Kyle again? You know what I mean? Why don't I just watch Kyle? Again, like I don't hate the guy. I've only watched so many of his videos. I'm not talking shit, but it's just I don't care. You know what I mean? Like I just don't want to. I don't feel like it. You know, I don't. If I wanted to subscribe to him, I'd subscribe to him, and I haven't. So that's pretty much all there is. I'm not saying that Razor Fist is like Styx. I'm not saying that. Fight him in real life. People are now debating Fuda versus Trap. Okay, so I will end this stream at 11:30. So we have 7 minutes left. So this is official last call. I'm not gonna fuck around anymore because this has gone on for probably longer than it should have. So let's wrap this shit up, guys. We got a couple of minutes left. What do you got? What do we got? Enough about Fuda. Talk about it after the show. Talk about it after the stream. Do you think that Hillary Clinton will run for New York City mayor? I assume that's what you mean. Probably not. I mean, she's going to be running. I mean, New York City is one of those cities where she would not win. I don't think. That's one of the reasons why Bill de Blasio won, was to basically pander to progressives there, because New York City is extremely fucking leftist. If you knew more about New York politics, you know that if you want to look for fucking like the progressive corporatist alliance, that is in New York City, and they would not elect Hillary Clinton. She's not well liked here, in my opinion. Everyone's pressured into liking her. I know, like my father's union and other unions in this area all were forced to back her. They didn't have any choice. They were told to back her, so that's what they did. Bring back Stop and Frisk. I don't think that's going to accomplish anything. Stop saying mean things about Jewish people. I don't like boys love. Cheaper iPhones. I really hope that takes off as a meme. That is such a great meme. I've also trademarked it, so it's mine. Okay, so we're down to 4 minutes. We're down to 4 minutes. What do we got? Anything else? Do unions have layers? I don't know what you mean by that. What's your favorite book? I'd have to look at my bookshelf. I haven't read in a while, unfortunately. Are there unions for traps? No, but there should be. We need to unionize the traps. They're a marginalized fucking minority. Favorite Wincest anime? I don't know if I've ever watched an incest anime. I'm trying to think. I haven't watched that much anime. I know I've played I'll say, even though I have my criticisms and I haven't finished it, Love Ribbon on Steam. I think that's one of the rare games that I've played that's had incest in it. Actually, no, I have another game that has incest in it. Where is it? What is the name of that visual novel? Hold on, I'll find it. Where the fuck is it? Yes, A Kiss for the Petal, or yeah, A Kiss for the Petals, New Generation, that has incest in it as well. So there you go. There's two visual novels that I've played. Neither one of them I've finished. With anime, or sorry, anime. With anime, no, with incest. Do you listen to audiobooks or podcasts? I used to a lot, but not really much anymore. I used to listen to Sam Harris and Joe Rogan and that, and I don't really listen to who else did I listen to? I forget, but I don't really listen to podcasts anymore. Oh, and oh God, what's his name? He's a comedian. He has a big podcast. I'm trying to remember his name. Oh, I don't remember his name. He's from Boston. I'm sure most of you know who I'm talking about. I don't watch MMA, so that's one of the things. Joe Rogan is good for fight, rundowns, but Bill Burr, yeah, it's Bill Burr. But yeah, I don't watch any MMA, so it's I actually listened to a few of his things on fights that I didn't even watch, and I actually found them pretty entertaining. I'm not watching fucking InfoWars. I can only say so many times that I can't go on the Drunken Peasants if they don't invite me. We're down to the final minute, everyone. Final minute, last call. Last call. If you got any questions, this is it. Let me fucking find some let me find some fucking music that I'll play. I was listening to this earlier. Hold on, let me find some fucking music. Where is it? Here we go. I put this in an advertisement. Let me turn it down. Final minute.
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me. I ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. She was looking kind of down with her finger and a thumb in the shape of an out on her forehead. Round the big stop coming and it don't stop coming. Head to the moves and I hit the ground running. It makes sense not to live for fun. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. So much to do, so much to see, so much wrong with it.
All right, no, that's all I'll play. Mass Effect theme song. Let me look. Mass Effect theme song remix. Let's see what we got. I know that there are some remixes that are decent. A lot of these are rock. I don't want to play that. That's gonna fucking be ear rape. Okay, I guess that's it. I didn't get any fucking questions. That's it. It's over. It's over with now. Thank you for everyone that's actually while I got you here, before I go, I'll go into my list here and thank everyone again who donated to the stream. And everyone else can go fuck themselves. That's official. You heard it here. You can quote me on that. Anyone that donates to me, you're great. Thank you for that. But everyone else, you can go fuck yourselves. I never want to hear from you again. I never want to see you again. That's it. It's over with now. Where is it? Oh, motherfucker. I can't believe I'm losing. Okay, here we go. Super chat. Let's see. We got Craig Hayden. Thank you, Craig Hayden, for the 2 donations. We got Gimlazak. Thank you for that $2 donation there, bro. We got Yanji, who donated twice, both times in euros. And that is it for this stream. So anyone else that did not donate can suck my fucking cock. And be sure, in the midst of sucking my fucking cock, you be sure to go to the links in the description of this video and all of my videos and check out. And everyone call me a nigger. Don't call me a nigger, damn it. My skin is far too white for you to call me a nigger. Be sure to go to the links in the description and buy yourself something nice from J-List or Play Asia. Oh, man. All right. That's going to be it. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Be sure to buy some shit. Tyler Valle, I'm gonna say Sasky. I'm going to say anything that I want to say. And and I don't give a fuck. Tsundere. 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 And anime.